Costco is having a series of markdowns and discontinued items, but most of them are not advertised anywhere. Some are on final clearance, some have strict expiration dates, and the shelves wait for no one. Let's go through the entire list before the best deals disappear. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. One, Luis Gurpegui Crianza Spanish red wine. The wine aisle this week has a bottle that is more worth stopping for than most of what you see at that price point. Luis Gurpegui Crianza is a Spanish Rioja wine made from 100% Tempranillo grapes, which has been highly rated by wine enthusiasts and is currently being cleared out at Costco from $18.69 down to $10.69, an instant savings of $8, equivalent to a 42% discount. Notes of blackberry, ripe cherry, and chocolate in the initial layer, a light oak and licorice finish, smooth tannins with no harsh bitterness. This is an easy drinking red wine even for those unaccustomed to bold wines. Pairs well with steak, charcoal grilled burgers, or beef tacos. At $10.69 for a Rioja, highly rated by a specialty magazine, I don't think you will find a comparable price anywhere else this week. 2. Henkel's Grilling Topper and Skewer BBQ Set. Henkel's doesn't make cheap stuff, and this 8-piece BBQ tool set is the clearest proof. On their official website, buying the skewers and grilling basket individually already costs $65 to over $80. Costco is clearing out the entire set for just $38.99. 6 flat stainless steel skewers feature built-in sliders to push meat onto plates without having to touch hot metal. The perforated grilling basket keeps vegetables and seafood from falling through into the charcoal. A crumb liner tray completes the set for a tidy BBQ session from start to finish. A .97 price tag and an asterisk on the sign. This set is going away and not coming back. 3. Prepworks Tongs Set. 5 tongs in all sizes from 7 to 13 inches, but the point that sets this set apart is the heads-up design. Built-in silicone rests on the body of the tongs, keeping the tips raised off the counter when placed down, keeping the stovetop clean. 3 heat-resistant silicone heads are meant for non-stick pans, and 2 original steel heads are for grilling. The in-warehouse price is $12.97, about $10 cheaper than on the website. If you are upgrading your kitchen tools ahead of the BBQ season, this is the most sensible time to buy them. 4. Melamine Lazy Susan Turntable. This 7-piece turntable set includes 1 large platter and 6 wedge-shaped compartments made from thick, scratch-resistant, and shatterproof melamine. The feature most worth the money is the included transparent lid for each individual compartment. Hosting a party in the yard or going on a picnic without worrying about insects or dust. The original price was $23.99, marked down to $14.97. Saving $9 on a melamine tray set with lids for each compartment is a price point that regular houseware stores rarely touch, even during major sales. The next products are being cleared out with this week's deepest discounts, and the inventory for one of them can only be counted on one hand on the shelves. 5. Stoneware Dinnerware Set. This 12-piece set includes 4 dinner plates, 4 salad plates, and 4 soup bowls made from solid, thick, and durable fired stoneware. The matte glazed finish, coming in smoky gray and moss green versions, looks much more expensive than the $29.97 price tag. Microwave and dishwasher safe, requiring no special handling. The original price was $44.99, marked down to $29.97. Inventory is reported to be very low on the shelves right now. This is a product where if you wait until the weekend, there is a high chance you will only be looking at an empty space. 6. Tupperware. Vintage tumbler and pitcher set. Tupperware needs no introduction regarding plastic quality. This 12-piece set includes 2 large pitchers with flip-top spill-proof lids and 4 insulated tumblers with tight-fitting seals, all completely BPA-free. Suitable for camping or storing juice in the refrigerator without worrying about absorbing odors over time. The original price was $29.99, hitting rock bottom at $12.97, a savings of over $17 for a product set from a reputable brand. 7. Blender Bottle Strata Shaker. This 2-pack Strata set is made from Eastman Triton plastic, featuring superior odor resistance, and comes with a proprietary stainless steel blender ball that whips protein powder smooth without clumping. The screw-on lid has a push-button lock to prevent leaks when kept inside a handbag, and the wide mouth makes it easy to scoop powder and clean. A practical note to know beforehand. The measurement markings printed on the body tend to fade if frequently washed in the dishwasher at high temperatures. Other than that point, $5 for 2 authentic blender bottles is a price point that is hard to touch even on Amazon on its biggest sale day. 8. Fruit plush pillows. These stuffed plush pillows are shaped like strawberries, watermelons, avocados, and lemons, made from fine velvet material that does not shed and will not flatten out even after multiple machine washes. Suitable for decorating children's rooms or outdoor patio sofas to welcome summer. The original price was $10.99, marked down to $6.97. This is a seasonal product line, and Costco does not keep them after summer ends. If you are thinking about refreshing a room corner or buying a gift for young children, $6.97 is a price point that requires no further waiting. The next item is a clearance item under $7 that many people often overlook because it looks simple. But this is the type of product that you only understand why it sells out so fast after you buy it and bring it home. 9. Over and back multi-purpose baskets. This storage basket set features a powder-coated steel frame to prevent rust and a removable natural woven fabric liner that can be washed separately. That detail makes it completely different from regular plastic baskets in the same price range. It can be used for spice racks in the kitchen, organizing bathroom items, or sorting accessories in the closet without needing to buy multiple different types for each room. The original price was $14.99, marked down to $6.97. 10. CG Hunter Faux Plants. This 3-pot set includes a snake plant, fern, and prayer plant made from premium PEVA material, coming with modern decorative ceramic pots. The original price was $39.99, marked down to $24.97, a discount of nearly 42%. And it comes with ceramic pots included, requiring no extra purchases to display them right away. The point that makes this set noteworthy is the level of finish. The leaf veins and colors simulate real plants so closely that there is none of the cheap plastic sheen often found in decorative faux plants. Suitable for low-light corners like bathrooms, bookshelves, or desks where real plants have a hard time surviving. 11. Adidas Game Day Hat. Made of 100% polyester featuring integrated Climalite technology to wick away sweat quickly, the hook and loop strap at the back adjusts to fit many head sizes. This is a practical sports hat for summer, not a fashion piece for display. Note before you go, this clearance batch only has white in size L/XL left. The original price was $14.99, down to $6.97. If the size fits, there is no reason to pass it up at that price point. 12. Men's Crew Neck T-Shirt 3-pack. 3 T-shirts made of a cotton polyester blend that offers good stretch, with double-stitched shoulder seams to maintain shape after multiple machine washes. These are not fashion-forward pieces, but they make for decent quality loungewear or light workout shirts that average out to just $3.30 a piece. That number speaks louder than any description. The original price was $12.99, marked down to $9.97, saving enough to buy another pack while still staying under your initial budget. Next is a pair of Puma shoes on clearance with a record markdown that is rarely seen at Costco for this brand. 13. Puma Men's Court Shoes. The Puma Men's Court is a classic tennis-style sneaker line featuring a soft synthetic leather upper that is easy to wipe clean. The collar and tongue are heavily padded to prevent foot soreness during long walks, and the vulcanized rubber outsole provides good traction for both indoors and outdoors. The original price was $31.99, marked down to $9.97. A drop of over $22 for a pair of authentic Puma shoes is a rare figure to see. Costco marked them down deeply because they need to clear the shelves for a new line, not because of any quality issues. If your size is still available, this is the time to pull the trigger. 14. Fisher-Price 3-wheel scooter. Fisher-Price is clearing out the entire batch of old colors to make room for the new summer colorways. So, the original price of $35 has been marked down to $19.97. There are absolutely no quality issues with the product. It is simply that the colors are about to be replaced. The scooter features a 3-wheel design with 2 large front wheels to prevent tipping, and an LED light system inside the wheels that self-illuminates using friction from movement without needing batteries. The handlebars adjust to 3 height levels to grow with children from ages 3 to 6 without the need to buy a new scooter every single year. 15. Minolta camera. To be blunt, so you don't buy the wrong thing. This is not an option for anyone expecting razor-sharp photos or artistic quality. This Minolta is best suited for beginners practicing their shooting skills or as a backup camera for adventurous outdoor trips where you don't want to risk damaging an expensive phone. The package includes a waterproof compact camera, a micro SD memory card, and a leather case. The clearance price is only $49.97, a markdown of over 50% from the original price of $99.99. 16. Mrs. Meyer's hand soap. Costco is clearing out a batch of old packaging at $11.97 before bringing in the new packaging specifications, meaning this price is not due to an inferior product, but because old inventory needs to be cleared from the warehouse. A 4-bottle pack at that price point is a deal truly worth buying to stock up on. The herbal formula combines natural essential oils, aloe vera extract, olive oil, and glycerin to cleanse without drying out your hands. It contains no parabens or phthalates, something many cheap hand soap lines cannot claim. Costco currently has items that are cheaper than Prime member prices on Amazon, and the program will certainly not wait if you hesitate. 17. Everything seasoning. This blended seasoning jar combines minced dried garlic, onion, white sesame seeds, black sesame seeds, poppy seeds, and dried sea salt on a base of artisanal vinegar. A formula complex enough to shake onto grilled fish, pan-seared chicken breast, or simply garlic butter toast without needing anything else. The original price of $9.99 has been slashed to $2.97 for inventory clearance. A 70% discount on a premium seasoning bottle is a rare sight even during major sales. Buying a few jars to stock up at this price point is a decision you will hardly regret later. 18. Sand and Fog Scallop Candle. This is a giant scallop-shaped ceramic candle jar packed with 57 ounces of natural soy wax and multiple wicks to diffuse the fragrance evenly across large spaces. The Beach Walk scent brings notes of a cool ocean breeze, white sand, and wildflowers, distinct enough to notice without being overpowering. The appearance of a .00 price tag ending at Costco is a special signal. This is a price determined by the store manager to clear shelves immediately, not a system-wide markdown program. 19. Sony XM5 Headphones. The Sony XM5 is a flagship headphone line featuring the best active noise cancellation in its class today, a 30-hour battery life, and an ultra-lightweight design suitable for long flights. The wind-filtering microphones deliver crystal-clear call quality even in noisy environments. The original price of $229.99 is on clearance for $199.97. Since these might be the last of the batch or display units, check that the box is still factory sealed and includes all accessories like the charging cable and 3.5mm jack before leaving the counter. That is a step that should not be skipped with any clearance electronics. 20. Health Aid Kombucha. It breaks down to $1.79 per 16-ounce bottle, more than half off compared to buying them individually at regular supermarkets or on Amazon. The original price of $14.77 has been reduced to $10.77. Saving $4 on a pack of high-quality organic kombucha is a price point hard to find through any other channel. The 6-bottle pack is both USDA organic and non-GMO certified, naturally fermented using a SCOBY culture with pure cold-pressed fruit juice. The kombucha comes in 3 flavors: Pink Lady Apple, Mango Habanero, and Passion Fruit Tangerine, all retaining the beneficial probiotics for digestion without any added artificial sugars. 21. Starbucks K-Cup Dark Roast Coffee. If your morning starts with a Keurig brewer, this box is worth stopping to consider. Costco is offering $10 off the original price of $49.71, bringing the 64-count box down to $39.71, which breaks down to 62 cents a cup, significantly cheaper than any time you stop by a Starbucks store for takeout. 4 dark roast flavors in one box, Verona, Sumatra, Espresso, and Italian roast, are enough to change up according to your mood each morning without having to buy each type separately. This is a limited time sale, not regular pricing, so when the promotion ends, the price will return to $49.71 immediately. The next snack products are all on sale, and normally you would have to pay more at Whole Foods or Target. 22. Lesser Evil Organic Popcorn. This week, Costco is dropping the price from $14.99 to $10.99 for a 28-pack box. For a snack that the whole family consumes regularly, buying it while it's on promotion is clearly more sensible than waiting for it to return to its regular price. Lesser Evil doesn't make popcorn the conventional way. Instead of frying it in vegetable oil, they air pop the corn kernels and then lightly spray them with cold-pressed coconut oil and dust them with Himalayan pink salt. The result is a truly crispy, fluffy bag of popcorn that doesn't leave you feeling heavy or greasy afterward, like regular oil-fried popcorn. This is the reason why this product has a fairly large, loyal customer base, despite not being the cheapest in its segment. 23. Annie's Organic Mac and Cheese. Annie's is the name many American families turn to when they start reading the ingredient labels on mac and cheese boxes and dislike what they see in conventional industrial lines. Organic wheat flour, real cheese, no artificial colors or preservatives. A few minutes of preparation and lunch for young children is ready without having to worry about what's inside. The bulk pack of 12 boxes is currently at $11.99 instead of the usual $16.99. If your family is already used to using Annie's, this is the time to stock up. And if you haven't tried it yet, this price point is a good reason to start. 24. Pepperidge Farm Goldfish Crackers. Down from the original price of $12.99 to $9.69 during this run. Goldfish is something that disappears no matter how much you buy. So when there is a promotion, buying an extra box is never a wrong decision. Goldfish is a cracker that needs almost no introduction to any American family with young children. Pepperidge Farm makes them with real cheddar and uses no artificial preservatives, but what makes this bulk box truly convenient is the 45 pre-portioned snack packs, which are incredibly handy to toss into a bag before leaving the house. 25. Edward Mark Strawberry Shortcake Bites. Edward Mark is not a brand that appears frequently at Costco, but every time they are available, it is usually something noteworthy. This 20-ounce bag contains crunchy, buttery shortcake bites enrobed in a rich strawberry cream coating, a flavor that evokes the legendary Good Humor ice cream bar that many older adults in America remember vividly from their childhood. The original price was $12.37, and this week it is down to $9.07, saving over $3 on a bag large enough to last all week without needing to portion it out. 26. Kirkland Peaches and Cream Pastry. Costco's bakery section bakes fresh daily, and the seasonal pastry line is the fastest changing part on the shelves. This 8-count box features a multi-layered puff pastry crust that is flaky and buttery, packed with a rich cream filling paired with fresh peach jam that has just the right amount of sweet and tart flavor. It can be eaten directly as is, or you can warm it up in the air fryer for a few minutes to make the crust even crispier. The original price of $13.20 has been reduced to $10.20, averaging out to $1.27 for a large-sized puff pastry baked fresh on site. This is a price point that neighborhood bakeries simply cannot compete with. 27. Island Way Sorbet. The original price of $15.99 is reduced to $11.19, saving nearly $5 on a 12-count box. This is a summer dessert that looks beautiful when set on a party table without needing any extra decoration. The difference with Island Way lies not in the flavor, but in the presentation. Each portion of sorbet is served directly inside a cleaned and frozen natural fruit shell. The coconut shells, orange peels, passion fruit rinds, and pineapple shells retain their shapes after freezing, creating a summer ice cream eating experience completely different from regular bars or tubs. 28. Kirkland Signature Golf Balls. Kirkland Signature golf balls have long been a topic of debate in the golfing community for a simple reason. Many serious golfers claim they perform just as well as much more premium brands. The three-piece construction with a soft urethane cover helps optimize distance when using a driver while increasing control around the green when using irons. The original price of $32.99 has been adjusted down to $29.99. A direct savings on a box of balls that many summer golfers are looking to buy before the promotion ends. 29. Kirkland King Size Supima Cotton Sheets. Supima cotton is a long staple cotton grown in the U.S., significantly softer and more durable than regular cotton, which is why premium bedsheet brands often use it as a major selling point. This Kirkland King Size sheet set also features grip-on stretch band technology that keeps the sheets flat and firmly gripped to the mattress throughout the night without shifting. The original price of $89.99 is reduced to $79.99 for a king-size Supima cotton sheet set. While it is not a massive adjustment for this material at this price point, Costco is still selling it cheaper than most specialized home goods stores. This week, Costco has the best market price for the famous retro line of coffee makers. 30. Smeg Retro Coffee Maker. Smeg is an Italian home appliance brand famous for its 1950s retro design. The glossy painted metal housing makes this machine more of a centerpiece in the kitchen than just a regular coffee brewing appliance. It features two customizable settings for bold or light brew profiles to match your taste, an LED display, and an automatic timer to brew coffee in the morning before you wake up. High-end home goods stores are selling this model for nearly $300. Costco is applying an exclusive member-only deal at $199.99, saving nearly $100 on a machine whose lifespan is measured in decades if properly maintained. 31. Simple Human 58-liter dual-step trash can. The Simple Human 58-liter dual-step does not frequently appear in markdown cycles because this brand rarely needs promotions to move units. This week, Costco is applying a direct $15 discount, bringing the product to a flat $100, which is a price point you will not find on Amazon or at other home goods stores at this time. 32. Polywood Portside Adirondack Set. The three-piece Polywood Portside set is being marked down by Costco by a straight $100, down to $479.99, and it even includes free home delivery. Shipping costs for outdoor furniture of this type usually range from $50 to $80 if purchased through other channels, so the actual savings are larger than the $100 figure on the price tag. This is a limited-time markdown for this week. High-quality outdoor furniture rarely gets many discount opportunities during the summer when demand is high. Buying it while the promotion is active is more sensible than waiting until the end of the season. Costco rotates inventory faster than most people think, and clearance deals wait for no one. Before you stop by, bookmark this list. Once you arrive, double-check the price tags before tossing items into your cart. That is the only thing standing between you and a truly worthwhile shopping trip. Costco just dropped a bunch of new arrivals for the season, and I've scouted out a lineup of incredibly practical, absolute must-haves that are priced so low they're predicted to sell out within the next few days. However, don't rush your cart to the checkout lane just yet, because there's a good chance your cart already contains some products that aren't worth buying. And buying just one wrong item means you're literally throwing your money out the window. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. One Clever Made Rolling Tote. If you've ever heard of the Hulkin bag, that rolling tote with wheels that's been going crazy viral for $110, Clever Made at Costco this week is the answer, coming in at just $20.99. That's over $89 in savings compared to the Hulkin for a bag that does the exact same job. The heavy-duty woven material of the Clever Made can handle up to 75 pounds without losing its shape, a weight capacity that most standard rolling totes in this price range simply can't match. The 360-degree swivel wheels allow for smooth directional changes without having to lift the bag, which is especially useful when it's fully loaded and heavy. The secure zipper closure keeps all your belongings locked in, so you don't have to worry about things spilling out along the way even when moving over rough surfaces. At a price point of $20.99, You could totally buy 2 of these and your total cost would still be lower than a single Hulken bag. There's a minor detail that Igloo quietly changed on this year's cooler line, and frequent campers will understand right away why it's so important. 2. Igloo Cooler. Igloo just upgraded its specialized cooler line for this year's travel season with larger wheels. These aren't those flimsy suitcase-style plastic wheels. We're talking thick, large-diameter rubber wheels that can traverse beach sand, park grass, and even rugged dirt roads while camping without getting stuck or tipping over. Anyone who has ever struggled to haul a heavy cooler across wet grass will instantly appreciate the value of this seemingly small detail. When it comes to ice retention, Igloo claims it keeps ice frozen for up to 5 days under real-world conditions, not just in a lab setting. For weekend camping trips or all-day backyard barbecues, that number is more than enough to keep you from running out to buy more ice midway through or ending the party earlier than planned. Specialty outdoor gear stores are selling equivalent models for around $115. Costco is holding the price at $79.99, which means an instant savings of about $30 without having to wait for a sale. For families who frequently host outdoor activities in the summer, this is the smartest time of the year to buy before summer inventory starts thinning out toward the end of the season. 3. Mohawk Home Doormat. Most doormats sold at home decor chains end up with the same fate. They look fine for the first few months, then the edges start to curl, the colors fade, or they gradually rot away after a few seasons of rain and sun. Mohawk Home uses solid molded recycled rubber, not thin pressed rubber or just a surface coating. So intense sunlight won't warp it, rainstorms won't crack it, and the embossed pattern retains its color even after years on the porch. The deep groove design on the matte surface traps mud, dirt, and sand way more effectively than standard fiber mats. This is especially helpful on rainy days when everyone comes inside carrying dirt and sand from the yard. More importantly, cleaning it is incredibly simple. Just spray it directly with a hose and you're done. No machine washing required, and no waiting around all day for it to air dry before using it again. At chains like HomeGoods or Bed Bath & Beyond, equivalent molded rubber lines usually start at $35 and up. Costco is selling it for $18.99 for an embossed version that mimics natural stone, which looks quite upscale for the price point. For families with young kids or pets constantly running in and out, this is the kind of small investment that pays off for years without you ever having to think about replacing it. There is one item on the shelves this week that I saw at least a dozen people put in their carts this morning, and I wanted to pull them back before they hit the registers. 4. Gourmet Edge Blender. At first glance, this battery-powered handheld blender has everything going for it to look appealing on a summer afternoon. It's compact, cordless, modern-looking, and $34.99 isn't exactly an amount that makes you hesitate. The problem lies in the fact that the battery power isn't strong enough to blend ice cubes and frozen fruit, the exact 2 things that anyone buying a summer blender actually needs. Blending ripe bananas or fresh strawberries is fine, but the moment you toss in a few ice cubes or frozen fruit, the machine visibly begins to struggle, leaving unblended chunks of ice at the bottom of the cup. As a result, you get a smoothie filled with gritty ice chips instead of the smooth and silky texture you expected. And that's an experience nobody wants to repeat after the first time. With $34.99, you are paying for convenience in theory rather than in practice. By adding just $15 to $20 more, you could get a small corded blender that does everything this one can't, lasts for years instead of just a few seasons, and won't leave a half-finished cup of smoothie sitting on your kitchen counter every morning. 5. Rapid Off Fire Blanket. The 2-pack combo of Rapid Off Fire Blankets that just hit Costco shelves this week is one of the cheapest investments you can make to protect your home. Heat-resistant up to 1,076 degrees Fahrenheit, the 40 by 40 inch size is wide enough to handle both oil pan fires and backyard grills. The quick reflex pull strap hanging pouch design means you just need to pull hard on the 2 tabs, and the blanket opens up instantly, allowing you to throw it directly over the fire without wasting a single second. Meanwhile, a mini fire extinguisher at Home Depot runs about $25 to $30, and after you use it, chemical powder gets blasted all over the kitchen, meaning that once the fire is out, you have another massive mess to clean up. Rapid Off leaves nothing behind except an extinguished fire. At $12.99 for a 2-pack, which is less than $7 a piece, You have enough to put one right in the kitchen and one next to the backyard grill, the two spots where the risk of a fire flare-up is highest during summer family gatherings. 6. Cuisinart 4-in-1 cutting board and tray. Every time you grill in the backyard, it's a whole process of gathering things from the kitchen to take outside. The cutting board is in one place, the meat marinating tray is in another, and the ice bucket for drinks is somewhere else. Cuisinart combined all three into one single item, and Costco is selling it for $14.99. The body of the tray is made of food-grade plastic combined with premium silicone, which can be collapsed flat or popped up into 3 different levels depending on your needs, expanding up to a 4.6-gallon capacity when you need to hold drinks with ice. It comes with a sturdy lid and a built-in drain valve at the bottom, meaning that after the barbecue, you don't have to tilt the entire tray to dump the melted ice water out. The market price for equivalent product lines is around $35. Buying it at Costco saves you over $20 on something that truly does more than one job. For anyone who frequently hosts weekend outdoor barbecues, this is the kind of gear that will make you wonder why you didn't get it sooner. There is one item in the prepared food section that a lot of people are tossing into their carts because it looks refreshing and convenient. But when you calculate the actual price per ounce of shrimp, that number tells a completely different story. 7. Kirkland Shrimp Ceviche Salad. Costco just added this item to the deli department this summer. But if you are a foodie or are prioritizing nutrition at this age, this dish will be a disappointment. Authentic ceviche must use raw shrimp, letting the acid from the lime juice cook it naturally to preserve the crispiness and natural sweetness of fresh shrimp. Here, the shrimp is completely pre-cooked before being tossed into a mix of onions, cilantro, and lime juice. After sitting for hours in a highly acidic environment on the shelf, the shrimp meat becomes mushy, rubbery, and completely loses its inherent natural sweetness. The bigger issue is that it's nearly $12 a pound, but most of the weight you're paying for is heavy lime juice and vegetables. The actual amount of shrimp in the tray is much less than you think, and for those who are focusing on protein at this stage in life, this is not a place where it's worth spending your money. 8. Pyrex Glass Storage Set. Pyrex just released a 12-piece pastel set at Costco this week for $29.99. If you are still using plastic containers in your refrigerator, now is the time to reconsider. Storing tomato sauce just once will permanently stain the container walls, and odors seep into the plastic no matter how many times you wash it. That simply doesn't happen with glass. The most practical feature of this set is that it can go straight from the freezer into the microwave or oven without having to transfer the food to another dish. The next generation rubber gaskets on the lids provide a tighter seal than older Pyrex lines, making them perfect for prepping weekly portions ahead of time without worrying about spills when stacked in the fridge. Getting 12 pieces in various sizes for $29.99 is a price point that is very hard to find anywhere else for this brand. 9. Method Toilet Bowl Drops. The Method brand takes a completely opposite approach compared to traditional cleaning brands. Instead of a strong, overwhelming chlorine smell every time you flush, this line of toilet bowl drops uses eucalyptus and mint essential oils to create a pleasant scent without making enclosed bathrooms feel suffocating. More importantly for many households, the formula contains no chlorine-based bleach, making it safe for older plumbing systems and harmless to pets if they happen to come into contact with the bowl water. A 4-pack for $14.49 is a reasonable price for a brand that is typically sold at higher price points at supermarket chains specializing in natural products. For families with young children or pets, this is a more practical alternative to standard chemical tablets without having to pay a premium. 10. Kirkland Disinfecting Wipes Lemon. Antibacterial wet wipes sound like something that makes total sense to buy in bulk at Costco, until you understand how they lose their effectiveness. Unlike dry paper towels, the alcohol and cleaning solutions in wet wipes constantly evaporate, and the evaporation rate increases significantly during hot and humid summer weather. After being opened and closed a few times, the plastic lids on these containers no longer seal completely airtight, accelerating that process even further. The real-world issue is that if your family doesn't use them constantly at a high frequency, the 2 or 3 containers sitting at the bottom of the box will dry out completely before you even get a chance to open them. You aren't actually saving money when buying in bulk, an item that has a practical shelf life shorter than you think. At $19.99, buying one or two individual containers elsewhere and completely using them up before purchasing more is a much more practical choice than bringing a whole bulk box home. 11. Shark Turbo Blade XL Tower Fan. This year, Shark brought the Turbo Blade XL Tower fan line to Costco with a design feature that standard fans simply don't have. The proprietary articulation joint allows for a flexible transition from a traditional vertical tower fan to a horizontal blower without needing to purchase any additional attachments, making it convenient for rooms with different layouts or when you need airflow directed a specific way. The ultra-slim air vent system optimizes airflow, pushing air further and more evenly compared to standard tower fans in the same price bracket. On the official Shark website, this model is currently retailing for nearly $300. Costco is holding the price at $159.99, meaning you save over $140 instantly without having to wait for a sale or apply a coupon. For those peak hot weeks of summer when you don't want to run the air conditioning all day, this is a price that is hard to find anywhere else for a quality fan line from Shark. Did you know that indoor air during the summer is actually more polluted than outdoor air? This next item is the reason why more and more families are changing the way they think about that. 12. Shark Breathe Clear Air Purifier. The Shark Breathe Clear just hit Costco shelves this week at $249.99, whereas it was retailing for $400 when it first launched online, meaning you save $150 instantly without having to wait for a sale or apply any coupons. Most air purifiers on the market come with a hidden cost that buyers often overlook at first. Depending on the model, periodic replacement filters cost anywhere from $30 to $80 and need to be replaced every 6 to 12 months, meaning that after a few years, you've already paid an amount equivalent to the original price of the machine. The Breathe Clear completely eliminates that cost from the equation because its filter is designed to last up to 60 years. The machine automatically scans air quality 3,600 times per hour and traps 99.98% of fine dust, microplastics, pollen, and pet dander. Summer is typically the time when allergy symptoms are at their worst because windows are opened more frequently and pollen counts are higher. So for families with seasonal allergy sufferers or pets indoors, this is the smartest time of the year to buy. 13. All Free and Clear Laundry Detergent. All Free and Clear has long been a familiar choice for households with sensitive skin, but this Mighty Packs Plus version is a formulated upgrade exclusively for Costco, not the regular stuff you see at other supermarkets. The difference lies in the fact that its stain-fighting power has been significantly boosted compared to the original version while still retaining the inherent gentleness that all Free and Clear users chose this product for in the first place. For families who run multiple loads of laundry every week, the cost per load is a number worth looking at. The Mighty Packs Plus costs only about 19 to 20 cents per load, which is even lower than Tide's equivalent product line. It sounds small, but with the average laundry frequency of a family of 4, that gap adds up to substantial savings over an entire year without having to compromise on quality or safety for sensitive skin. This is the kind of product where buying in bulk at Costco actually makes sense because you will use it all up before worrying about expiration. And every single purchase is another price gap compared to Tide going right back into your pocket. Dyson has a competitor at Costco this week at just 1/6 of the price, and people were standing there comparing the two side by side for quite a while before making a decision. 14. Conair Hairdryer. A $300 price tag for a hairdryer is an amount that makes many people look and put it right back down, even though they know full well that a Dyson is worth the money. This week, Costco has another option right on that same shelf for just $49.99. And best of all, it features the exact same anti-frizz ionic technology. Ionic technology is the very thing Dyson has used as its main selling point for years, controlling moisture during the drying process so that hair doesn't end up dry, frizzy, or tangled afterward. Conair integrated that exact technology into its latest line this year, and the result is that users get a similar blowout experience without having to pay an extra $250 just for the brand name on the machine. The ultra-lightweight design is a detail few people mention when comparing these two lines, but it is something that longtime Dyson users actually highly appreciate, especially those with long hair that requires consecutive minutes of drying. At $49.99, this isn't a compromise. It's a practical choice for anyone who wants great results without paying a premium for the brand. 15. Burt's Bees Facial Mist, Summer Fruit Edition. Burt's Bees is a brand that many people have long been familiar with for its trustworthy natural products. But the Summer Fruit Scented Facial Mist Edition that just hit Costco shelves this week is a notable exception you should skip. The fragrance content in this set is significantly stronger than in standard Burt's Bees lines. And that is exactly what sensitive skin will react to the moment it is exposed to harsh sunlight. The precise condition under which anyone buying a summer facial mist will use it the most. Additionally, the volume of each bottle in the set is quite small, and when you calculate the cost per ounce, the $22.99 price tag for these 4 bottles is much higher than a single large-sized facial mist from specialized dermo-cosmetic brands. You are paying for pretty packaging and a fruity scent, not for what your skin actually needs during the summer. Simple Mills is a brand that, if you've ever seen its prices at Whole Foods, you'll understand right away why this next item is worth stopping for. 16. Simple Mills Almond Butter-Filled Nutcracker Bulk Box. Finding a snack that is both healthy for yourself and tasty enough to please the grandkids on weekends is no easy feat. And the large-sized Simple Mills box that just arrived on Costco shelves this week is one of the few that checks both boxes. This brand is notoriously expensive at health food supermarket chains due to its ultra-clean ingredient list. It's gluten-free, made from a blend of almond and sunflower seed flour, and naturally sweetened. The almond butter filling in the middle is rich and low in sugar, which won't cause blood sugar spikes, making it very friendly for those who are focusing on cardiovascular health and managing their glucose levels. Instead of buying those small individual boxes at exorbitant prices outside, this 30-count portion-controlled pack version at Costco for $15.99 is easy to toss into your gym bag, keep in your car's glove compartment, or bring along on a picnic without having to measure out individual portions. 17. Bormioli Rocco Glass Carafes. Stopping by a coffee chain every morning to grab a cold brew or a fruit tea runs you about $5 to $7 each time. And Bormioli Rocco just gave you a reason to put an end to that habit. This set of 2 glass carafes imported from Italy is priced at $24.99, less than $13 a piece, and comes with an included micro-mesh stainless steel filter core that allows you to cold brew your own coffee, green tea, or fruit detox water overnight right in the fridge without any gritty residue. The solid glass imported from Italy does not retain odors like plastic bottles do, meaning you can brew coffee today, wash it, and steep lemon tea tomorrow without any flavor crossover. This is a point that anyone who has used plastic bottles for years knows the difference all too well, especially when brewing beverages with distinct aromas like coffee or herbal teas. Placing these on a family dinner table or at a backyard BBQ looks significantly more upscale than what you actually paid for them. At less than $13 for a European standard multi-purpose carafe, this is a price you won't find at any other kitchenware store. 18. Brio Nugget Ice Maker. Restaurant-style pellet ice is something that anyone who has tried it knows the difference. It's softer, easier to chew, and chills drinks faster than regular ice cubes. The Brio Nugget does exactly that job, and the design looks quite nice, but $249.99 is a price tag you need to think twice about before pushing it into your cart. The machine has a capacity of 44 pounds of ice per day, a number suited for a bar or a family that uses ice at a very high frequency. For average households, that amount of ice is more than necessary to the point where you will have to dump out excess ice regularly. There are currently other Nugget Ice Maker models on the market with significantly softer price tags. There is no absolute need to pay $249.99 if this is just something used for weekend family gatherings. Costco's new arrivals are always full of surprises, but shopping smart is the best way to take care of your family and optimize your budget. Just by avoiding those 5 underperforming items we just went over, you have already saved a significant amount of money to reinvest into more meaningful value for your family. Costco has just made a series of changes that, if you don't know about them, mean you are likely overpaying thousands of dollars a year for the exact same things you buy every week, and that money will never find its way back into your wallet if no one tells you today. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. One, Rexton and Phillips hearing aids at Costco. If you or someone in your household has ever sat in an audiology clinic and nodded at a $4,600 price tag without knowing you had other options, that money is not the cost of the device inside the box, but rather the price of not being told beforehand. Costco partners directly with Rexton and Phillips, two top-tier brands in the global audiology industry, and offers devices priced from $1,499 to $1,699 for a complete current generation pair featuring Bluetooth connectivity, automatic sound adjustment for different environments, and direct smartphone compatibility. This is not leftover inventory, nor are these outdated models being cleared out at cheap prices. What makes that price difference of over $3,000 truly significant is what Costco bundles into that price while private clinics itemize separately. Comprehensive hearing tests, custom device calibration tailored to individual hearing levels, and all follow-up maintenance services are included at no extra cost. Meanwhile, at private clinics, each reprogramming session costs about an additional $150, and for first-time hearing aid users, those visits happen quite frequently during the first year, adding up to a substantial amount that many people fail to calculate when signing the initial invoice. Your hearing is taken care of at a much more reasonable price, but even the very item you are wearing on your face right now is being priced in a similar way that few people realize. 2. Prescription glasses at Costco Optical. 80% of the U.S. eyewear market belongs to a single conglomerate that owns LensCrafters, Sunglass Hut, and almost every frame brand you see in the mall. When one entity controls the entire supply chain from manufacturing to retail, the price you pay no longer reflects the cost of making those glasses, but rather what they can get away with charging when you don't have many places to compare. Costco Optical is not part of that ecosystem. For the same Ray-Ban or Oakley frame brands and the same quality of anti-glare and UV-blocking lenses, the total cost at Costco is about $180, including both lenses and frames, as of early 2026, whereas the exact same configuration at LensCrafters usually runs around $450 depending on the lens type. For people who wear bifocals or progressive lenses, that gap is even wider because this is precisely the type of lens that gets marked up the most at traditional chains. Progressive lenses at LensCrafters typically start at $200 just for the lenses without the frames, while at Costco, the entire complete package with the exact same type of lens rarely exceeds $220. What few people also know is that you do not need a Costco membership card to book an eye exam with an optometrist there. The vision exam costs up to $100, which is nearly half the price of a typical private eye clinic that charges up to $220. And once you have your prescription, you can absolutely buy your glasses right there without being held back or charged any extra fees. 3. Kirkland Vitamins and Supplements. Every year, Americans spend over $50 billion on vitamins and supplements, and the majority of that money does not go toward product quality, but rather into television advertising, eye-catching packaging, and display commissions at major pharmacies. This is the exact system that Costco has completely disrupted with its Kirkland Signature line, and the difference in your monthly bill is very real. Several lines of Kirkland vitamins are manufactured in the exact same factories as the brand names selling at CVS or Walgreens for 3 times the price. They have the same active ingredient potency and the same USP-verified testing standards, but without the marketing budget and without middleman distribution costs. That price difference does not disappear. It is simply returned to you instead of flowing into the brand's advertising budget. To give you concrete numbers, a 500-count bottle of Kirkland Calcium with vitamin D3 costs about $14 at Costco. The exact same potency and pill count from a well-known name brand at a pharmacy costs up to $45. For someone regularly supplementing 3 to 4 types of vitamins a day, such as omega-3, magnesium, B12, and CoQ10, the total savings in a single year can reach up to $600. Omega-3 is the reason you buy salmon. But how much omega-3 is actually left in that piece of fish after sitting in the distribution chain for 4 days is exactly what the next section will reveal to you in more detail. 4. Wild-caught salmon. The pink color of the salmon fillet in the display case does not tell you what you actually need to know. Before reaching your hands, that piece of fish has spent 3 to 5 days traveling through at least 2 to 3 transit points from the fishing grounds to the distributor, and then finally to the storefront. During that period, the natural omega-3 content in the fish meat begins to degrade. and the flesh texture gradually loses its elasticity, while the exterior still looks completely fresh and normal because color does not reflect that decline. Costco buys Alaskan wild-caught salmon directly from suppliers in massive quantities and rotates its inventory faster than any retail supermarket chain, shortening the time the fish sits in the transit chain down to 1 to 2 days instead of 4 to 5 days. A single 3-ounce serving from a fish that still retains its full natural oil content provides about 2 grams of omega-3, which is enough to meet the American Heart Association's weekly recommendation in just 2 meals. The price for certified wild-caught salmon at Costco ranges from $7 to $9 per pound when bought in bulk, compared to $12 to $14 per pound at conventional supermarkets for the exact same type of fish that has spent more days in transit. Buying in bulk once, cutting it at home into 5 to 6 ounce portions, wrapping each part individually and freezing them will preserve the quality of the fish for up to 3 months without it drying out or losing its flavor. This is far better than buying small individual pieces every week at a neighborhood supermarket, because those pieces have already lost a portion of their quality before they even reach your home. 5. Kirkland coffee roasted by Starbucks. Printed on the Kirkland coffee bags at Costco are 4 words that Starbucks certainly does not proactively mention in any of their advertising campaigns. Roasted by Starbucks. It is the exact same roasting process and the exact same quality control standards, but without the green logo on the packaging and without the operating costs of thousands of global stores factored into the price you pay. A Kirkland bag typically weighs between 2.5 and 3 pounds, which yields about 150 to 180 cups and is priced from $16 to $20 depending on the variety, bringing the cost per cup down to 33 cents. Meanwhile, a 12-ounce Starbucks bag at the supermarket yields about 35 cups for $14. That 12-cent gap, when multiplied by 2 cups a day for an entire year, adds up to over $87, simply from buying the exact same product somewhere else without changing a single thing in your morning routine. The 2 most popular Kirkland lines are the Espresso Blend and the Colombian Supreme, both of which are available as whole bean or pre-ground, depending on your brewing method. If you use a standard drip coffee maker, the pre-ground medium roast is the closest option to the flavor profile of the Starbucks house blend that many people are familiar with. All of this is openly printed right on the packaging, which most people fail to notice because no one expects a product that is nearly half the price to come from the exact same manufacturer. And that is not an exception at Costco. It is how they operate with almost everything on their shelves, including the bottle of olive oil for which 69% of U.S. buyers are paying for something that does not match what the label states. 6. Organic extra virgin olive oil. In 2011, a research team at the University of California, Davis, tested 186 samples of extra virgin olive oil sold at U.S. supermarkets and published results that made many consumers take a hard look at the bottle in their kitchen. Over 69% of the samples failed to meet the extra virgin standards stated on their labels. Some were diluted with cheap seed oils during the bottling process, while others had already oxidized during the long supply chain journey before hitting the shelves. This is not an issue with an individual brand, but rather the consequence of an imported distribution chain that changes hands too many times without strict enough quality control at each transit point. Costco imports directly from Mediterranean farms and has the California Olive Oil Council independently test the oil before putting it on the shelves, instead of relying on certifications from middleman suppliers. A 2-liter bottle of Kirkland Organic Extra Virgin Olive Oil meets USDA organic standards and is cold-pressed to international standards for up to $18. In contrast, the exact same certification standard at Whole Foods typically runs around $22 for a bottle of only 500 milliliters as of early 2026, which is 4 times the price for the same volume. The reason this matters for cardiovascular health is not just about perception. The pre-dimed study published in the New England Journal of Medicine, which tracked over 7,400 people for nearly 5 years, concluded that a diet containing high-quality extra virgin olive oil reduces the risk of major cardiovascular events by 30%. What creates that difference is the intact polyphenol content in oil that is properly pressed and stored, not the boutique label on the outside. 7. Avocado oil. Every time you pour sunflower oil or corn oil into a hot pan and see smoke start to rise, that is not a sign that the oil is hot enough for cooking, but rather a sign that the oil is exceeding its heat tolerance threshold and starting to create harmful compounds. Sunflower oil and corn oil have a smoke point of around 350 degrees Fahrenheit, a threshold that a typical home kitchen easily reaches when searing or frying over medium to high heat. Avocado oil has a smoke point of up to 520 degrees Fahrenheit, which is significantly higher than most common cooking oils, meaning you can stir-fry at high temperatures while the oil maintains its stable chemical structure. In addition, avocado oil is rich in oleic acid, the exact same type of monounsaturated fat found in olive oil, which supports the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins like vitamins D, E, and K that the body needs more of with each passing year. A study published in the journal Food Science and Nutrition in 2019 confirmed that avocado oil maintains a more stable nutritional content than most other vegetable oils after being heated at high temperatures. A 2-liter jug of Kirkland avocado oil at Costco costs about $13 to $15 as of early 2026, while the same volume at Whole Foods or Thrive Market typically ranges from $28 to $35. Furthermore, avocado oil is odorless and virtually colorless, so it does not alter the flavor of any dish, from morning eggs to evening pan-seared salmon. Your kitchen is now safer. And the next section covers an item in the refrigerator that many people are buying out of habit, but are actually paying for a less nutritious version of without even knowing it. 8. Kirkland Organic Greek Yogurt. Regular yogurt and Greek yogurt look similar on the store shelf but are two completely different products nutritionally in a way that not every label explains clearly. Greek yogurt is strained to remove the liquid whey, a process that concentrates the protein and significantly reduces the natural sugar content in the final product. A single 3/4 cup serving of plain Greek yogurt can provide up to 15 grams of protein compared to just 7 grams from regular yogurt of the same serving size, while the natural sugar content is nearly cut in half. Costco sells large tubs of plain Kirkland Organic Greek yogurt for about 11 cents per ounce, whereas small name-brand cups at conventional supermarkets range from 18 to 22 cents per ounce for the exact same organic standard. More importantly, this is the plain, unsweetened version, as most pre-flavored yogurt cups contain 10 to 14 grams of added sugar per serving, turning a health food into something closer to a dessert rather than a breakfast. For anyone needing daily protein to maintain muscle mass, support the digestive system with natural probiotics, and keep blood sugar levels stable, this is one of the highest nutrition-to-cost ratio foods in the entire list today. 9. Kirkland Low-Sodium Soup. Canned soup is one of the most convenient foods in the kitchen, and it is also one of the places where sodium hides the most without labels ever making it visually clear. A regular can of chicken noodle soup from popular brands contains 890 to 1,100 milligrams of sodium per serving, while one can is typically counted as 2 servings. The Kirkland Signature low-sodium soup line at Costco is kept under 480 milligrams of sodium per serving, while still maintaining a rich flavor by increasing natural vegetables and spices instead of relying on salt for taste. The price when bought in large bulk cases at Costco brings the cost per can down to about 40 to 50 cents, compared to $1.80 to $2.20 for the same volume at conventional supermarkets, and is significantly lower than specialized low-sodium soup lines being sold at $3 to $4 per can at health food stores. If you are monitoring your blood pressure or have been advised by a doctor to reduce sodium in your diet, this is a practical solution for days when you don't want to stand at the stove. You have just seen what happens with pre-packaged items, and the fresh items in your refrigerator are facing that exact same issue, but without any labels for you to read and check. 10. Organic produce. The next time you pick up a bag of spinach at your local supermarket, look at the packing date. Chances are that bag of spinach left the farm 4 to 5 days before reaching your hands, passing through a regional distribution center, then a local warehouse, before finally hitting the shelf. During that period, the vitamin C and water-soluble micronutrients in the greens have already begun to degrade, and there is no label printed to tell you that. Costco sells a larger volume than any supermarket in their region every day, and that exact volume is what shortens the time produce sits in warehouses down to 1 to 2 days instead of 4 to 5 days. The bunch of kale or bag of strawberries you buy at Costco and at your local supermarket might come from the exact same farm in California, but one of the two has sat in the transit chain significantly longer before reaching your hands. And if you are thinking that organic produce is fresher and therefore definitely more expensive, this is where Costco does what Whole Foods or Sprouts can never do. Organic produce at Costco is up to 35% cheaper than those two chains for the exact same product. That gap is clearest in items on the Environmental Working Group's Dirty Dozen list, such as strawberries, spinach, cherry tomatoes, and blueberries. Items where the thin skin is not enough to prevent pesticides from soaking inside if you do not choose the organic version. 11. Kirkland Memory Foam Mattress. Walk into any mattress showroom in the US, and you will have a sales consultant guide you through each mattress, explaining why the $800 one is not good enough for your spine, and somehow you leave with a $1,800 invoice while not being entirely sure what you just paid for. Most of that money does not go into the quality of the foam or the fabric cover, but rather into showroom rent, sales commissions, and the brand's television advertising budget. However, the Kirkland Signature mattress at Costco has earned the CertiPure US certification, the exact same independent testing standard that Tempur-Pedic and Purple use to certify their premium product lines, confirming the foam contains no formaldehyde, heavy metals, or toxic volatile organic compounds. The price is about $500 for a queen size, and it comes with a 10-year warranty with no additional registration required. If you are waking up every morning feeling like your back has not truly rested, that price difference of over $1,000 compared to a showroom is not just money saved but proof that you are paying for the exact thing that makes a difference instead of paying for everything surrounding it. And if you are thinking protein bars sound like something just for young gym goers, the next section will change the way you think about that. 12. Kirkland Protein Bars. That unusual feeling of fatigue in the mid-morning or early afternoon without a clear cause actually has a very specific reason. When breakfast is just a cup of coffee or a few slices of bread, blood sugar spikes quickly and then drops within 2 to 3 hours, and a body at an age where insulin regulation has slowed down will feel that crash much more acutely than a younger person. A 20-count box of Kirkland Signature protein bars at Costco costs about $19, making each bar under $1 while providing 21 grams of protein and 7 grams of fiber with only 1 to 2 grams of sugar. Compared to name-brand protein bars selling for $2.50 to $3.50 per individual bar at CVS or Target, while containing 8 to 12 grams of sugar, the difference is not just in the price but in what you are actually putting into your body. The size fits right into a pocket, requires no refrigeration, and does not crumble when carried around all day. For someone with an unpredictable schedule or who frequently forgets to eat on time, this is something to toss into a bag once in the morning and not have to think about again until the body needs it. You have just heard about the item that keeps your energy stable all day. And the next section is about something for which Costco spent $450 million just to keep its price unchanged for over 20 years. 13. Rotisserie chicken. In 2009, when market chicken prices began to rise and supermarket chains adjusted their rotisserie chicken prices to $7 up to $9 one after another, Costco made a decision that no other retailer dared to consider. Instead of following the market, they poured $450 million into building their own poultry farming and processing facility in Nebraska under the name Lincoln Premium Poultry, controlling the entire supply chain from egg to finished product, without relying on any external suppliers. That is the sole reason the $4.99 rotisserie chicken still exists as of 2026, while whole raw chickens at conventional supermarkets have gone up to $8 or even $12. The Nebraska facility processes about 2 million chickens per week, and each rotisserie chicken at Costco weighs at least 3 pounds, which is about 1 pound heavier than the rotisserie chickens at chains selling for the same price or higher. In 2025, Costco switched from rigid plastic containers to flexible plastic bags to cut packaging costs. The chicken quality remains unchanged, but this is a detail worth knowing if you are accustomed to the old packaging and wonder why it looks different. A $4.99 chicken in the hands of someone who knows how to use it can become Monday night salad, Tuesday lunch's soup, and Wednesday sandwich without having to stand over the stove for more than 15 minutes for any of those meals. 14. Kirkland Adult Care Products. No Costco advertisements mention this product, and most shopping videos skip past it. But for anyone who needs it or is caring for aging parents, this is one of the most practical reasons to maintain a Costco membership every year. When bought retail at CVS or Walgreens, a small pack of 20 to 24 pads costs between $12 and $15, which is equivalent to about 60 to 70 cents per pad. A large Kirkland Signature bulk box at Costco brings that number down to 30 to 35 cents per pad for the exact same size. And for regular users, that difference accumulates to $400 up to $600 a year without changing anything else except where you shop. Kirkland Signature uses a non-woven fabric layer that is significantly softer than mainstream brands in the same price tier. The absorbent core is engineered to reduce rustling noise when moving, and the liquid lock system prevents leaks better than budget lines at pharmacies. For the user, those technical details are not just specifications on the packaging, but a noticeable difference in daily life, creating a level of comfort and confidence that no price tag can fully measure. Buying in bulk. Once a month at Costco also means no more urgent midweek pharmacy trips just because you ran out of stock. A small detail, but one that makes a real difference in the weekly schedule of the entire family. Those 14 items just now are not a shopping list, but rather the money that is leaving your wallet every month unnecessarily. Visit Costco just once with this list in hand, and you will see that the amount saved in the first year is enough to pay for your entire membership fee with a significant amount left over. Costco dropped 30 massive deals this week, and at least half of them are items you're currently overpaying for elsewhere without realizing it. Watch this entire video before your next Costco trip, because some of these deals will disappear before the weekend. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. On Spire 550 X6 burner gas grill. If you're thinking about upgrading your grill before summer, this is exactly the time to pull the trigger. Costco has the Spire 550X marked down from $489.99 to $389.99, saving you $100 instantly on your first purchase without waiting for year-end sales or hunting for coupons. What makes this grill stand out isn't just the price, but what you actually get. Solid 304 stainless steel, 62,000 BTUs of power, enough to cook for a massive backyard party, and a spacious 762 square inches of cooking space so you can load up ribs and chicken at the same time without constant rearranging. For comparison, a Weber Genesis of similar quality usually runs around $1,000, meaning at $389.99, you're getting an equivalent setup for less than a third of the cost. Now that the grill is set, if you need something to keep your energy up for a long day outdoors, this next item is worth a stop. 2. Celsius Sparkling Energy Drink 18-pack. Celsius isn't your average energy drink, and that's why this price is a bigger deal than you think. The MetaPlus formula in every can is designed to boost metabolism and support calorie burning, with zero sugar and no preservatives, and it's perfect for anyone trying to stay on track with their fitness routine during a busy summer. Costco is currently selling the 18-pack for just $17.99 instead of $23.99, which breaks down to exactly $1 a can. That might sound ordinary until you realize outside retailers sell the same 18-pack for up to $54. 3. Acer Aspire 3 15.6-inch touchscreen laptop. At $399.99 at Costco this week, the Acer Aspire 3 is one of the most solid tech deals you can find at this price point. And it's not just because it's $100 off its original $499.99 price. It packs an AMD Ryzen 5 processor, 16 GB of LPDDR5 RAM, and a 1 TB SSD, meaning it boots up in seconds, handles multiple tabs without lagging, and gives you plenty of storage for everything without needing an external hard drive. The smooth Full HD touchscreen is a major plus for anyone who prefers interacting directly with the screen over using a mouse. What makes this deal truly worth the money is that compared to a similarly priced Dell Inspiron 15, which only offers an older Gen 512 GB SSD, you're getting double the storage at better speeds. 4. Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier 30-pack. With the summer heat and increased activity, Proper hydration is way more important than just chugging plain water. Liquid IV uses CTT technology to deliver hydration to your bloodstream 2 to 3 times faster than water alone, combined with B vitamins and vitamin C to support both hydration and all-day energy. In this massive deal, Costco is selling the 30-pack for just $20.99, down from its previous price of $28.99. That number becomes even more impressive when you realize a 10-pack goes for up to $14.99 at Walmart or Target. Speaking of daily health, this next product is 30% off and is something your dentist always reminds you to use, but the everyday price is usually hard to swallow. 5. Philips Sonicare Advanced Clean Electric Toothbrush 2-pack. This is a product most people know they need, but put off buying because the price is rarely budget-friendly. Until now, with Costco offering the 2-pack for $69.99 down from its original $99.99 price this month. Meanwhile, smart toothbrushes with phone apps sell for up to $300 on the market without necessarily cleaning any better. Sonicare's Sonic technology removes up to 1,000% more plaque than a manual toothbrush and improves gum health by up to 500%. Numbers that come from independent clinical studies, not just advertising. 6. Country Archer Beef Sticks 28 count. Finding a healthy snack that actually tastes good and is convenient can be tough, but Country Archer proves you don't have to compromise. Made from 100% grass-fed organic beef, gluten-free, and with no artificial MSG, each stick delivers a high dose of protein to keep you full between meals so you don't reach for junk food. During this promotion, Costco is selling the 28-count pack for just $12.59, compared to the original price of around $18. What makes this deal hot is that organic grass-fed beef usually commands a premium at specialty grocery stores, but at Costco, their massive buying power brings the price down so low it's a total no-brainer. 7. Red Bull Energy Drink 24 count. Red Bull needs no introduction, but how you buy it matters more than you think. Most people buy single cans at convenience stores or gas stations whenever they need a boost, wasting money without noticing because it's just one small purchase at a time. Costco is selling the 24-pack for $31.99 this week, and if you do the math, the savings compared to buying them individually outside are massive for the exact same quantity. With summer coming up, bringing road trips, afternoons outdoors, and moments where you need instant alertness, this is the smartest time to stock up all at once instead of hitting the convenience store every time you run out. Red Bull keeps you sharp, but this next product helps maintain your energy in a healthier way and is nearly 31% off right now. 8. Cliff Z-Bar Organic Granola Bars 36-pack. Not every energy bar gives you lasting fullness and steady alertness throughout the day, and that's why Z-Bar is the go-to snack for many families during a busy summer. The organic whole grains inside prevent sudden blood sugar spikes followed by a crash, making them perfect to toss into backpacks before heading out, bring on hikes, or keep in a drawer for long afternoons. Originally $21.99, Costco has dropped the price to an all-time low of just $15.29 through July 19th. Right after this nutritious snack is a personal care deal that few people think to stock up on, but it saves you $4 compared to the regular price in a single purchase. 9. Gillette Ultimate Protection Deodorant 5-pack. This is the type of product most people buy one stick at a time without ever calculating how much they spend annually on a daily essential. Gillette Ultimate features 72-hour continuous dry tech protection, a quick-drying clear gel formula, and leaves no yellow stains on clothes, features that consumers usually have to pay a premium for. The previous original price was around $16.99, and Costco is currently selling the 5-pack for just $12.59, saving you nearly $4. This breaks down to just over $2.50 a stick, whereas buying a single Gillette Ultimate at a regular grocery store often costs up to $7. This certainly isn't a deal that will excite you instantly, but it's the kind of silent savings that add up over the year, keeping way more cash in your wallet than flashier deals. 10. Poppi Prebiotic Digestive Soda 18-pack. There is an interesting paradox that healthy things usually don't taste good, but Poppi is breaking that rule in a way many major brands have yet to master. Natural apple cider vinegar and prebiotics, are built into every can to support your digestive system while keeping sugar at an absolute minimum. Notably, this brand is growing fast and getting harder to find at a good price elsewhere because small retailers simply don't have the bargaining power of Costco. Originally $23.49, Costco is holding it at $17.99. And with the brand's rapid growth, this kind of pricing will become increasingly rare, even at Costco, in the coming months. If you think the beverage section is done, there are actually a few more deals on today's list that save you even more than what we just mentioned. 11. Donut Shop K-Cup Coffee 80 count. If you have a Keurig machine at home, this is the time to stop buying small boxes every time you run out because that method costs way more than you think. The original Donut Shop is a favorite K-Cup line for its medium, full-bodied traditional coffee flavor, neither harsh nor weak, perfect for the morning commute or a midday pick-me-up. Originally $44.99, Costco is selling the 80-count box for $35.99 during this markdown. The $9 difference might sound small, but for a consistent staple like coffee, this is the ultimate compounding savings. 12. Miss Vicky's Kettle Chips 30-pack. Miss Vicky's aren't regular chips, and frequent buyers notice the difference the moment they open the first bag. The kettle-cooked method means frying in small batches instead of a continuous industrial line, resulting in a noticeably thicker, crunchier texture than standard chips, the kind that delivers a distinct crunch instead of melting in your mouth. The 30-pack features a mix of flavors so you won't get bored all week, making them convenient for work lunches or movie nights at home. Originally $17.49, it's currently down to $12.49, while outside brands of similar kettle chip quality typically cost more. 13. Vita Coco Coconut Water 18-pack. Coconut water is one of the best natural hydration options for the summer because the potassium and minerals inside require nothing from a lab. And Vita Coco is an organic brand trusted enough that you don't need to read the back label before buying. What few people notice is that premium brand name boxed coconut water is rarely affordable elsewhere, while Costco, with its massive negotiating scale, is keeping this 18-pack at $18.19, down from its original $23.99. This is a perfect item to buy in bulk since summer demand only goes up, and outside prices can never compete with this rate. 14. Frito-Lay Classic Mix Variety Snack Pack 30 count. 30 single-serve bags from the most familiar names in your pantry are individually portioned, making this a single purchase that solves your snack needs for the entire week without a second thought. It's convenient for school lunches, handy to pack for picnics, and perfect when you just want a midday snack without opening a massive bag and accidentally finishing it. Originally $17.79, it is currently sitting at $12.49 during this run, a price gap that buying individual small bags elsewhere would never give you. 30 snack bags are enough for the week. But up next is a personal care deal that few people know Costco has at its lowest price of the year right now. 15. Old Spice Swagger Deodorant 4-pack. Some products survive for decades not because of advertising budgets, but because they actually deliver on their promise, and Old Spice Swagger is one of them. The signature masculine scent, combined with an aluminum-free, dry-feeling stick formula, is why many users see no reason to switch brands, no matter how many new options hit the shelves. The 4-pack normally runs $15.49, and Costco has it at $10.99 this month, meaning you're grabbing the whole set for a price that might not even buy a single stick elsewhere. 16. Island Way Sorbet 12-pack. Bring an Island Way box to a backyard party, and you'll see people pause to look before eating because each sorbet portion is served inside a real fruit shell, looking like something carefully prepped at a restaurant rather than pulled from your freezer. That's why the $9.99 price for a 12-pack is so noteworthy, considering $14.79 was already a reasonable price for this product, and Costco is slashing it by more than 32% during this promotion. 17. Palm Wonderful 100% Pomegranate Juice. Costco is selling the 64 fluid ounce bottle for $8.99 down from its original price of $11.99. And what matters isn't just the discount, but what you're actually getting for your money. This is 100% pure pomegranate juice with a high natural antioxidant content. The kind of beverage many cardiologists actually recommend, not because of marketing, but because of the clinical research backing it. What makes this worth considering is that the exact same size bottle at specialty health food stores usually costs $1.50 more, and it isn't any purer than what you're holding in your hand right now. 18. Kinder Bueno Wafer Bars. The 20-pack has an original price of $16.99, and Costco has it marked down to $11.99. But that number is only part of the story. Kinder Bueno is an imported brand with stable pricing over the years that rarely sees a markdown of nearly 30%, so frequent buyers won't need to hesitate when they see this at Costco. The 3 layers of flavor in one bite, crispy wafer, rich hazelnut cream, and a milk chocolate coating, are why this brand has maintained a massive loyal fan base for decades without needing constant promotions like its competitors. 19. Lesser Evil Organic Popcorn. The question Lesser Evil asked from the start was why popcorn needs industrial seed oils and synthetic additives when pure coconut oil works completely better and cleaner, and the entire brand was built on that answer. Each bag satisfies exactly what you want from a snack without leaving you feeling heavy afterward. Something specialty organic popcorn brands outside always charge significantly more for in much smaller quantities. In this massive deal, the previous price was $14.99, and Costco has deeply discounted it to $10.99 for the 28-pack. The clean snacks are covered, and today's final item is America's ultimate classic comfort food, sitting at a price that will have many people grabbing a few extra boxes the moment they see it. 20. Annie's Homegrown Mac and Cheese. Summer lunches when the kids are home all day are a puzzle many solve by spending more time at the stove than necessary. And Annie's exists exactly to change that. This isn't your average mac and cheese. The organic ingredients are noticeably cleaner than mainstream brands, while the cook time is just a few minutes, creating a meal that both kids and adults instantly approve of without any convincing. The 12-pack normally runs $16.99, and Costco is dropping it to just $11.99 during this run. This $5 difference might not seem like much, but for a staple you buy repeatedly all summer, it compounds into a more significant number than you think. 21. Sun Gold Kiwis. Summer is when yellow kiwis taste best, and Costco is selling this box for $5.99 down from its original price of $8.99. A significant price gap for a fruit that boutique grocery stores typically price much higher due to its premium nature. Sun Gold kiwis differ from regular green kiwis because they have a sweeter, less tart flavor and a noticeably smoother, softer texture, which is why many people try them once and never want to go back to the old kind. Rich in natural vitamin C and easy to eat for both toddlers and adults, this is the type of fruit you buy and find gone faster than you think. 22. Nutella and Go 16-pack. The dual-compartment cup design of Nutella and Go is something everyone recognizes instantly. One side features crispy breadsticks, and the other holds rich, creamy cocoa hazelnut spread right next to each other, requiring no dishes, knives, or spoons. This is the kind of snack you toss into a bag before leaving the house without a second thought, handy for school lunches, road trips, or simply keeping in a drawer for long afternoons when you need something sweet. The 16-pack normally runs $16.49, and Costco has it at $11.49 during this run, whereas buying them individually outside would cost significantly more for the exact same quantity. 23. Jimmy Organic Roasted Seaweed 20 count. Not many snacks are low-calorie, rich in natural minerals, and deliver a satisfying crunch all at once, but roasted seaweed hits all three, and Jimmy Organic is the top certified organic brand in this segment. The 20-pack has an original price of $9.99 and is sitting at $7.49 at Costco, while health food stores typically sell equivalent brands for significantly more money and way fewer sheets. Low sodium and zero synthetic additives make this a snack choice you can hand to your kids without reading the label first. 24. Dr. Pepper Can Pack. Dr. Pepper packs a unique caramel flavor profile that no other soda can replicate, which is why the brand has coexisted alongside Coke and Pepsi for decades without needing to compete directly. A 24 to 36 can pack is the perfect size for backyard BBQs or weekend get-togethers when you need enough for the whole crowd without having to run out for a refill midway through. The original price is $16.49, and Costco is selling it for $11.99 during this promotion, a solid discount compared to what you'd pay elsewhere. And if you're thinking about prepping food for the entire week, this next product is a single purchase that covers multiple meals at a price significantly lower than normal. 25. Tyson Grilled and Ready Chicken Strips. Tyson is a household name that almost every American family has had in their freezer at least once, and that's no coincidence because consistent quality and quick prep time are the two things busy dinners need most. The 48-ounce unbreaded bag locks in the natural chicken flavor and packs more protein than standard breaded lines, making it perfect for both main dinners and a quick ingredient for salads or wraps. The previous original price was $16.99, and it's currently marked down to an all-time low of $11.99, while equivalent quality frozen chicken brands at regular grocery stores usually cost more for less product. 26. Heinz Simply Tomato Ketchup. Simply is Heinz's clean line made from real tomatoes with no artificial dyes or synthetic preservatives, something the brand's standard version doesn't offer. The 3-bottle pack is enough to last through the entire summer BBQ season without worrying about running out mid-party. And this is the kind of condiment you buy once and forget about until you see the last bottle running low. It normally runs $13.99 at Costco, but during this promotion, it's down to $9.79, whereas buying individual bottles of Heinz simply at a regular grocery store always yields a higher total cost. 27. Pepperidge Farm Goldfish Crackers. 45 individual single-serve packs might sound like a lot, but if you have kids in summer school, you know exactly how fast that number disappears. What few people notice is that goldfish are baked, not fried, and contain no artificial preservatives or flavors, a standard many competing kids' snack brands fail to meet, despite charging higher prices. Originally $12.99, Costco is selling it for $9.69 during this run, whereas the same quantity bought individually at Target or Walmart typically runs anywhere from $15 to $17 depending on the week. 45 packs of goldfish are a wrap, and right next to them is a yogurt brand that frequent buyers know never hits this kind of pricing under normal circumstances. 28. Noosa Yogurt. Noosa's signature velvety smooth texture comes from a small batch crafting method using natural probiotics, and that's something industrial assembly lines fail to replicate no matter how hard they try, which is why this brand always commands a premium over most options on the yogurt shelf. The 12-pack has an original price of $9.49, but is now on the markdown list for just $6.39, while buying individual Noosa tubs at Whole Foods or Kroger usually clocks in around $2 to $2.50 each. Rich in gut-friendly probiotics with plenty of flavors for the whole family, this is the type of yogurt where once you get used to the texture, it's hard to go back to standard brands. 29. Cape Cod Kettle-Cooked Potato Chips. The small batch cooking method is more time-consuming and costly than a continuous assembly line, but it delivers a thick, hearty crunch that loyal Cape Cod fans describe as the reason they can never go back to regular chips. The 30-ounce bag has an original price of $7.39, and Costco is holding it at $5.39, while the exact same Cape Cod kettle line at Stop and Shop or Publix often runs up to $7.49 for a much smaller bag. This is the kind of chip you open up for guests without saying a word because the crunch speaks for itself. And if you followed along this far, the deal closing out today's list is something nobody expected, but it makes the most sense for a summer afternoon by the pool. 30. Big Joe Kona Noodle Pool Float. It's no accident that Big Joe is the pool float brand frequently talked about in outdoor and backyard pool communities across the U.S. Their premium foam material maintains a comfortable buoyancy without deflating or hardening after weeks under the continuous sun. The mesh hammock design allows water to flow through, keeping you noticeably cooler than standard solid floats. Sitting at a regular price of $21.99, Costco is running a deal dropping it to just $17.99, while the same Big Joe Kona line at Amazon or Target frequently runs up to $30 and rarely goes on sale during peak season when demand is highest. If you buy just the items on this list of 30 deals instead of buying them individually outside, the savings are enough to pay off almost your entire Costco membership fee for the year. That's not a rough estimate. It's just simple math from the exact prices you just saw.
My wife said one item. Costco said absolutely not.
Are you proud because you always fill your cart with Kirkland or manage to snag a few .97 clearance items at Costco? The truth is, you aren't beating them. Even though Costco intentionally loses hundreds of millions of dollars every year on 2 products, they still win. Because every time you walk in, 6 layers of manipulation trigger simultaneously. And odds are, you've never even realized a single one. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. 1. When everything you see, smell, and touch is calculated. Costco shopping carts are 4 times larger than regular grocery store carts. It's not just because of bulk packaging. The human brain has a very basic reflex. It hates seeing things empty. A massive cart with just a few lonely items inside triggers a feeling of not enough, and you keep dropping items in until the cart looks reasonable. Not reasonable for your actual needs, but reasonable relative to the size of the cart. This is why you walk in to buy 2 things but end up at the checkout lane with 12. Tip for your next trip. If you only need to stop by for 1 or 2 items, skip the cart. Just walk in empty-handed. Your 2 hands can only hold so much, and that is the best natural barrier against impulse buying. But the carts are just the first layer. What happens the very first second you walk through the door is what decides how much you spend on the entire trip. When you walk into Costco, the first thing you see is the electronics department. 65-inch TVs, laptops, sound systems. All products are priced from $500 to over $2,000. This isn't just a display area to sell tech. This is a price anchoring tactic. The principle is very simple. The first number your brain takes in becomes the reference point for every number that follows. When your eyes just scanned a $1,500 TV, a $79 air fryer suddenly seems insignificant. A $39 pan set feels like it's practically free. At that moment, your brain isn't comparing $39 to the price of a pan at Walmart. It's comparing $39 to the $1,500 TV it saw 3 minutes ago. Then comes the part that frustrates many longtime shoppers the most. Costco has no aisle signs. Merchandise constantly shifts locations from week to week. A product you saw in aisle 3 last week might be in aisle 7 this week. This isn't an organizational failure. This is a tactic that Costco internally calls the treasure hunt, forcing you to wander, search, and, in the process, stumble upon things you never intended to buy. A limited edition bottle of whiskey. A kitchen knife set that appears and disappears, with no telling when it will be back. Retail industry research has confirmed that this tactic increases store revisit frequency by 26%. And when you aren't sure if a product will be there next time, your brain triggers a scarcity response. You don't buy because you need it. You buy because you're afraid of missing out. And there is another sense being manipulated that you might not even realize. Costco always smells like baked bread, no matter which section you are standing in. The reason is very practical. Their bakery isn't tucked away in a closed room. Baking happens right in the middle of an open area, so the aroma wafts across the entire floor. The sense of smell connects directly to the emotional center of the brain. The smell of baked bread isn't just selling bread. It creates a state of comfort, familiarity, and warmth. And when you are in that state, your financial guard drops. Your hand reaches for products more easily. Buying decisions happen faster. Your wallet opens wider without you even consciously realizing it. Costco also tricks your eyes with a simulated warehouse tactic. Bare concrete floors, exposed steel beams, industrial metal shelving, slightly dim fluorescent lighting, merchandise piled high on wooden pallets instead of being neatly arranged on shelves. You walk into Costco and everything looks like a raw, stripped-down warehouse, pinching pennies at every turn. And that is exactly what Costco wants you to think. Research from the Harvard Business Review confirms that consumer behavior is often driven by perceived value, meaning customers are willing to pay based on what they believe a product is worth, not its actual value. When you see concrete floors and wooden pallets, Your brain automatically infers that Costco cuts decor costs to keep product prices low for you. You feel grateful. You believe you are getting a deal, and you check prices less often. But all of that still doesn't compare to the next tactic, because this tactic doesn't just make you want to buy. It creates a feeling that you owe it to them to buy. And it starts with a tiny piece of cheese on a sample tray. 2. Free samples. When a tiny piece of cheese creates an invisible debt. If you've ever looked at those weekend sample runs at Costco as a free lunch, let me be blunt. You aren't winning. Costco is winning, and they are actually winning big. First, you need to understand exactly who is handing out those samples. It's not Costco employees. They are third-party workers from companies like Club Demonstration Services. The entire sampling program is outsourced, and manufacturers pay to have their products appear on the sample trays. That free sample is actually a paid advertisement. The only difference is that instead of broadcasting it on TV, they put it directly into your mouth. But advertising money is just the surface layer. What happens underneath is what really matters. There is a psychological mechanism you've carried since childhood. And every time you pick up a sample, that mechanism kicks in without your control. Psychology calls it the principle of reciprocity. Give and take. When someone looks you straight in the eye, smiles, and hands you something for free, your brain automatically triggers a deeply ingrained reflex from childhood. When someone gives you something, you must give something back. This is not a conscious thought. No one stands in front of a sample tray and thinks, they gave me a piece of cheese, so I should buy the box of cheese to return the favor. That doesn't happen at the conscious level. It happens automatically, underneath. You just feel a vague sense of obligation. And the fastest way to wipe away that feeling is to drop the product into your cart. Done. The brain settles the debt. You walk away, never knowing what just happened. The numbers are undeniable. Sales of sampled products jump by 2,000% on the exact day of sampling. Not 20%, 2,000%. A tiny sample turns slow-moving inventory into the best-selling item in the section in just a matter of hours. Costco even optimizes the timing. Saturdays and Sundays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. is the window with the most sample stations, the biggest crowds, and the highest social pressure. Weekdays have fewer stations and a less engaging experience. The weekend is when the whole family goes together. The carts are already massive, and the spending mindset is already relaxed. One tasty sample is enough to trigger the chain reaction. Taste it, like it, drop it in the cart, forget to check the price. And the most concerning part isn't just that you buy more groceries, it's that your entire behavior is being tracked and recorded to fuel the next wave of sales. Manufacturers track the exact conversion rate from samples distributed to products sold, how many samples were handed out, and how many boxes were purchased afterward. This data doesn't just sit in a filing cabinet to be forgotten. It directly decides future shelf placement. Products that sample well get pushed to better locations, at eye level, where they are easier to reach. Products that sample poorly get pushed to lower shelves or disappear from the store entirely. In other words, when you grab that piece of teriyaki beef on the weekend, you aren't just trying the food. You are providing behavioral data to a multi-billion-dollar market research machine. And you are the survey subject, without anyone ever letting you know. But there are two products that keep you coming back to Costco time and time again. Costco loses hundreds of millions of dollars on them every year. And they do it completely on purpose. 3. When Costco intentionally loses hundreds of millions of dollars to pick your pocket. Costco sells over 150 million rotisserie chickens every year for $4.99. They lose money on every single one. CFO Gary Millerchip publicly confirmed an annual loss of $30 million to $40 million on this product alone. Many analysts believe the actual figure has exceeded $380 million. That $4.99 price tag has stood still since 2009, through inflation, a pandemic, and skyrocketing feed costs. To maintain that price without relying on outside suppliers, Costco poured $450 million into building its own poultry processing plant in Nebraska, controlling the entire chain from chick to roasting rack. A billion-dollar corporation does not burn money without reason. Every dollar lost on that chicken is calculated. Rotisserie chickens are always located at the absolute back of the store, never near the entrance. To get one, you have to walk past electronics, apparel, furniture, and packaged foods. Along that route, your shopping cart begins to fill up. This is the loss leader technique in the retail industry, selling a product at a loss to draw customers through the entire floor and trigger a chain reaction of buying. I tried reversing the route, walking straight to the back to grab the chicken first, then heading right back up to checkout. The cart only had 3 items instead of the usual 12, a difference of $87 for a single trip, all just from changing direction. But the rotisserie chicken is only half of the equation. The second bait product operates on a completely different mechanism, the $1.50 hot dog and soda combo. This price hasn't budged since 1985. In 2025, Costco announced revenue from selling over 240 million combos across its entire system. The core difference compared to the rotisserie chicken lies in its location. The food court is not placed inside the shopping floor. It is located past the checkout registers. You have already paid. The receipt has printed, and right at that moment, the $1.50 combo appears like a small reward after the shopping trip you just completed. The brain records a very clear loop. You go to Costco, you shop, you pay, you get rewarded. The next time you return, it isn't necessarily because you need to buy anything else. You return because that feeling of being rewarded at the end of the journey has become a habit. The rotisserie chicken pulls you through the store. The hot dog rewards you after you check out. One at the beginning of the journey, one at the end. 2 bait products sandwiching you in the middle. But Costco's price tags have hidden a system of secret codes right in front of your eyes for years. Codes that most shoppers have never been able to read. 4. The secret price codes of store managers. Costco has never publicized this. There are no instruction sheets hanging in the store. But the last 2 digits on every price tag at Costco are not random numbers. It is a sign language that store managers use to coordinate inventory. And most shoppers walk past hundreds of price tags every trip without ever being able to read it. An ending of .99 means original price. No discount, no promotion, no clearance. This is the price Costco has been selling it for all along. Many people look at a number on a Costco price tag, see that it's lower than the outside market, and conclude it's a deal. It's not. That is simply Costco's everyday price. No need to rush. The product will still be there next week at the exact same price. An ending of .97 is when it starts getting interesting. When a price ends in .97, the local branch manager has manually marked down that product. It is not a corporate decision. It is not an algorithm. A real person looked at the shelf and decided, this needs to go because stock is low. They need to clear space, or the product is about to be replaced. This is the deepest markdown at the store level, and there are absolutely no promotional signs announcing it. But here is an important warning. Do not automatically believe .97 is the best price. There are clearance items at .97 that are still more expensive than the sale price in the coupon book from a few weeks prior. A real-world example. A pan set goes on clearance for $37.97, while the previous coupon cycle sold it for $34.99. Anyone who buys the clearance without checking loses nearly $3 compared to someone who bought it during the sale. The way to check is to note down the item number on the price tag and search for it on Google Images. The old sale price usually pops up right in the results. It takes 30 seconds and saves real money. But .97 is not the absolute rock-bottom price yet. There are 2 other numbers that mean Costco is selling at the deepest loss possible. And when you see them, you don't even need to second-guess it. An ending of .79 or .49 is the rarest type of deal. This price applies only to one specific branch, usually because the product is selling slowly in that area or they need to clear the warehouse for a new shipment. The branch 15 minutes from your house might be selling it for .49, while the branch 30 minutes away still keeps the original price. If you happen to see .79 or .49 on a product you actually use, do not hesitate. An ending of .00 or .88 is the rock-bottom price. The ultimate liquidation price. The price cannot go any lower. It usually applies to display models, dented boxes, or products. Costco wants to clear off the shelves at all costs. If a product you use regularly appears with a .00 or .88 ending, that is the time to stock up without a second thought. And finally, the small asterisk in the top right corner of the price tag. Longtime shoppers call it the Death Star. The meaning is very simple. This product will not be restocked. Maybe the manufacturer discontinued it. Maybe Costco is switching suppliers. The reason doesn't matter. What matters is that when the asterisk appears, the stock on the shelf is the final stock. Buy it now, or accept that the next time you come back, the shelf will be empty. The price tag is something everyone looks at every day but cannot read. But there is a brand at Costco that is misunderstood even more. Its revenue surpasses Nike, Coca-Cola, and Netflix. And most shoppers have no clue who actually manufactures it. 5. Kirkland Signature. You are paying extra for the logo. Kirkland Signature is Costco's private label. No TV commercials. No celebrity endorsements. No billboards on the highway. Yet its net revenue surpasses Nike, Coca-Cola, and Netflix when looked at as a single brand. Nearly 25% of all spending at Costco goes toward products carrying this label. The part that many shoppers don't know: Kirkland doesn't manufacture anything itself. The world's biggest brands ghost produce for them. And you are buying the exact same product at a significantly lower price, just because the packaging has a different name printed on it. Kirkland olive oil beats bottles 3 times more expensive in blind taste tests conducted by expert panels. Kirkland vodka is rated by many liquor experts as virtually indistinguishable from Grey Goose. Same production region in France, same water source, at half the price. Kirkland coffee is manufactured by Starbucks. A 2.4-pound bag under the Kirkland label sells for about $22. That same weight with the original Starbucks label shoots up over $52. That $30 price difference buys you exactly one thing: 9 letters on the packaging. Note: Starbucks has 9 letters, localized for accuracy while keeping the exact meaning. Kirkland batteries are manufactured by Duracell. Multiple engineering teardown videos have confirmed that the internal structures are nearly identical. A 48-pack of AA batteries under the Kirkland label is around $19.50. A Duracell pack only has 40 batteries but costs nearly $27.50. 8 fewer batteries, almost $8 more expensive. Kirkland diapers are manufactured by Kimberly-Clark, the same parent corporation as Huggies. A box of 168 Kirkland diapers sells for the same price as a box of Huggies that contains only 120 diapers. 48 fewer diapers for the exact same amount of money. Why does Costco never publicly confirm who manufactures Kirkland? Because the manufacturers are bound by extremely strict non-disclosure agreements. Legally, they are not allowed to reveal it. If everyone knew that Kirkland is actually Starbucks, Duracell, or Huggies under a different label, who would still pay top dollar for the original? So, when should you not buy Kirkland? When Kirkland has a sale tag. Kirkland is already 20% to 60% cheaper than the original name brands. When Costco adds a discount tag, the markdown is usually just a few dozen cents to $1, more symbolic than substantial. Don't let a sale tag on Kirkland create a sense of a rare opportunity. Kirkland's everyday price is already a deal. The sale tag is just an extra coat of paint. But there is another mechanism that explains why you keep coming back every year, even when you might not actually need to. And it starts with that $65 fee you pay right at the beginning. 6. The membership trap. $65 doesn't buy store access. It buys control over you. You pay $65 a year for a standard membership, or $130 for an executive membership with 2% cashback. Most people view this as a fee for the right to shop at great prices. But that is not how Costco views this money. Behavioral economics calls it a sunk cost. Once that $65 leaves your wallet, that money cannot be recovered. The brain immediately logs it as an investment and begins looking for ways to justify it. If you don't go to Costco regularly, that $65 becomes a waste. Therefore, you have to go more often, buy more things, all to make the money you already spent worth it. This is the exact same mechanism that makes you keep a streaming subscription for 3 months without opening it, or keep paying for a gym membership after only going twice in the first month. Canceling means admitting you wasted money. Keeping it at least leaves hope that next month I'll use it more. The numbers show just how effective this mechanism is. 90% of Costco members renew every single year. In the retail industry, a 70% retention rate is already outstanding. 90% is nearly unrealistic. In 2025, membership revenue reached $5.3 billion. And almost that entire figure is pure profit. Because Costco doesn't make much profit from selling merchandise. Their profit margins on goods are capped at 14% to 15%, much lower than the 25% to 50% margins of other retailers. The rotisserie chicken loses money. The hot dog loses money. Kirkland sells close to cost. Costco keeps prices as low as possible, not out of generosity, but because low prices are the reason you believe that $65 card is worth the money. And that card is where the real money flows in. The actual business model is selling goods so cheap that you believe the membership is the best investment and then making a profit on the membership itself. With the $130 executive membership, the math is very clear. To break even on the $65 difference compared to the regular card, you need to spend at least $3,250 a year at Costco. That's about $270 a month consistently, without missing a single month. Spend below that amount, and the executive card doesn't save you an extra dime. It costs you more money. 45% of Costco members are currently executive members. This group contributes 73% of total revenue. 3/4 of the revenue comes from less than half of the members. That is the group locked deepest into the sunk cost loop. So what should you do? It's not about canceling your membership. A Costco card still offers great value if used correctly. But clearly recognize that every time you drive to Costco, because I already paid the fee, I have to go to make it worth it, that is not a shopping decision. That is the sunk cost driving you. Only go when you have a specific list. Only buy what is on that list. And never let the $65 or $130 you already paid become the sole reason you step through the door. Costco still sells at great prices. Kirkland is still worth buying. It's just that from now on, you walk in with a different perspective. You know how to read the price tags. You know to skip the cart when you only need 2 items. You know to walk away after trying a sample instead of reaching for the product box next to it. You are still shopping at Costco, but on your terms, not according to their script. This new wave of product arrivals at Costco is a golden opportunity to upgrade your living space and liberate yourself from kitchen chores at unbeatable prices. And if you're even a week late, they might already be gone. From kitchen appliances and patio gear to wellness essentials, warehouse prices are currently hundreds of dollars below market value. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. 1. Tineco Floor 1 S5 Smart Cordless Wet Dry Vacuum. Costco just put the exclusive blue edition of the Tineco S5 on its shelves. It comes bundled with 2 bottles of specialized cleaning solution and 2 replacement brush rollers. Extras you won't get on Amazon or Best Buy, even if you pay more. This machine tackles 3 tasks in a single pass: dry vacuuming, wet mopping, and self-cleaning the brush roller once you place it on the dock. Your hands never have to touch a dirty mop pad. Anyone currently using a Swiffer and constantly replacing pads month after month will immediately see the value here, as it completely breaks that costly cycle. The warehouse price is $219.99, while the exact same model on Amazon is running nearly $350 without any of the bonus accessories. That $130 price difference, plus the bundle of freebies, makes this one of the biggest price gaps between Costco and Amazon I've seen this round. The Blue Edition is a warehouse exclusive, so if you see it on the shelves, don't wait until next week to come back for it. 2. Coho 55-quart Ice Chest Cooler. If you've ever looked at the price of a Yeti cooler and wondered why a cold storage box costs as much as a TV, Coho just answered that question for you. At 1/3 of the price of a Yeti, it keeps ice frozen for 5 consecutive days under the summer sun. What sets this cooler completely apart from those flimsy $20 plastic ice chests you always see at Walmart is its pair of oversized molded rubber all-terrain wheels and the V-shaped pull handle. You can pull it through sand, roll it across bumpy grass, and haul it up and down hills without needing anyone to help lift it. For families who love camping, going to the beach, or simply hosting backyard BBQs, $79.99 for this cooler is a 10-year investment. This next new product could completely eliminate a fixed recurring expense your family pays every single month. 3. Kohler Aquifer Undersink Water Filtration System. Kohler just rolled out the Aquifer system that installs neatly under your sink. It utilizes a 3-stage carbon fiber filtration technology to remove 99% of bacteria, microplastics, and lead while preserving natural minerals. The Costco version also comes with an auxiliary stainless steel faucet and a year's supply of replacement filters, 2 items that would cost nearly half the price of the system if purchased separately elsewhere. It's just a one-time cost of $119.99. No more lugging heavy cases of bottled water from your car into the house every week, and no more constantly replacing Brita filters only to have the water trickle out. Considering the $15 to $20 you're currently spending on bottled water each month, this system will pay for itself in less than half a year. 4. Dyson Purifier Cool Gen 1 Purifying Tower Fan. Dyson is never cheap. Everyone knows that. However, this Gen 1 version was manufactured by Dyson specifically for wholesale clubs, and Costco is selling it for $299.99, whereas appliance stores on the high street are still holding prices above $400 for equivalent models. This device is not just a fan. The medical-grade HEPA filter inside removes 99.97% of fine dust and pollen, 2 things that turn summer into absolute misery for anyone with allergies or asthma. It runs so quietly that you can place it right by your bedside without being woken up in the middle of the night. For families running the AC all night just because they dread the heat, adding a tower fan to circulate the cool air will prevent the AC unit from having to work overtime. Your summer electric bill will be noticeably lighter, and the bedroom air will be much cleaner than running the air conditioner alone. 5. Theragun Relief Handheld Percussive Massager. Therabody has also just launched the new Relief version with an accessory bundle that you cannot buy anywhere else, including 3 specialized massage attachments for the neck and lower back, along with a premium carrying case. Outside, whether it's Best Buy or Therabody's own website, this line of massagers almost never goes on sale and doesn't include any free gifts. The difference between the Relief version and the more expensive Theragun lines lies in the ergonomic triangular handle that Therabody designed specifically for solo use. You can reach the mid-back, back of the shoulders, and lower back without twisting your body or asking anyone to hold the device for you. The device is ultra lightweight, so your hand won't get tired even after holding it for a long time, making it perfect for anyone who frequently suffers from muscle stiffness after gardening or driving long distances. The price at Costco is $149.99 for the authentic device with the exclusive accessory bundle. For anyone looking for a Father's Day gift, this is an option that is hard to pass up because Theragun rarely has a better deal than this. The next product will solve the biggest nightmare that anyone using an air fryer encounters. 6. Anova Precision Oven Steam Air Fryer. Air fryers are a great invention until you fry chicken breast for the 3rd time and realize the outside is crispy, but the inside is dry as paper. Reheating leftovers is even worse. Yesterday's pizza slice comes out of the air fryer as hard as a cracker. Anova solves exactly that pain point by adding a separate water tank to the air fryer. During the first few minutes, high-pressure steam injects a mist to keep the inside of the food juicy. After that, the convection heat system activates to crisp up the outer layer. The result is a crunchy exterior while the interior remains tender and moist. The 7-quart capacity is plenty for a family of 4 or more. The water tank is detachable, making it very easy to clean. The price at Costco is $179.99, nearly $70 cheaper than ordering directly from the Anova website. If your family uses an air fryer daily but is still not satisfied with the results, this is the most worthwhile upgrade under the $200 price point. 7. Braun Series 9 Sport Plus Electric Shaver. Costco has just cleared out the old $250 shaver line to replace it with this new Sport Plus line for just $199.99. A straight $50 discount right at launch is very rare for Braun at Costco. This is a product line that once won an award from Men's Health magazine. It handles both wet and dry shaves, so you can use it in the bathroom or while sitting on the sofa. The battery runs continuously for 60 minutes on a full charge, and if you forgot to charge it the night before, the 5-minute quick charge mode is still enough for a clean shave in the morning. 8. Globe Electric Outdoor Sconce with built-in outlet. Many older homes share a common struggle that few people talk about. The front porch and backyard areas have almost no outdoor electrical outlets. Every holiday season, if you want to hang decorative lights, you have to run extension cords from inside the house. If you want to charge a lawnmower or plug in a fan on the porch, you have to drill into the wall to run wires. Globe solves this neatly by integrating an electrical outlet right onto the body of the wall-mounted light. The light comes with a built-in dusk-to-dawn sensor that automatically turns on when it gets dark and turns off when it gets bright, so you don't have to remember to flip the switch every night. At $39.99, it includes both the light and the outlet. No electrician needed, no extra holes to drill. Early buyers are rating this product very highly, and I understand why. 9. Coda Solar Faux Rock LED Pathway Lights. If you are paying the electric bill for those old wired garden lights, this light set will completely cut that expense. Coda has completely upgraded this new version compared to the previous generation. The brightness is pushed up to 80 lumens per light. The tempered glass lens can withstand lawnmower wheels rolling over it, and the new generation solar battery keeps it illuminated continuously for 10 hours every night. The 4-pack is priced at $29.99, and each light is molded into a natural rock shape so that during the day it blends right into the lawn. When night comes, the backyard pathway lights up automatically without you having to run wires, install switches, or remember to turn it on and off. Just stake it into the ground and forget it. The sun takes care of the rest. If you are buying individual juices at Kroger or Target, the price difference of this next product might make you a bit upset. 10. Palm Wonderful Organic Pomegranate Juice. Anyone who is drinking pomegranate juice every day to support cardiovascular health and stabilize blood pressure should know that Costco just got a 2-pack of large palm. Wonderful bottles are located in the main aisle cooler section. It is easy to walk right past and miss if you aren't paying attention because it just hit the shelves. This is 100% pure organic pomegranate juice with no added water, no preservatives, and no sugar. Many types of pomegranate juice sold in stores say pomegranate juice on the label, but are actually diluted with apple juice or grape juice to make them cheaper. Palm. Wonderful does not do that. There is only pomegranate and more pomegranate in the bottle. It is $12.49 for the pair of large bottles. Buy it once and use it all week for the whole family. 11. Ninja Foodie Power Blender Ultimate System. How many blenders do you currently have on your kitchen counter? A blender for smoothies, one for crushing ice, and maybe an extra food processor too. Ninja packs everything into a single system that includes a large 72-ounce pitcher for the whole family, a single-serve smoothie cup to go, and a specialized bowl with a built-in tamper to make peanut butter or grind meat without needing to add water. The 1,600-watt power paired with a 6-blade assembly crushes ice cubes into snow in 5 seconds. It is $149.99 for the entire 3-container system, whereas buying equivalent individual appliances separately would cost you double or more. The kitchen is cleaner, your wallet is heavier, and you only have to wash one machine instead of 3. 12. Kirkland Signature Savory Nut Mix. If you are paying $8 to $9 for a small jar of premium seasoned nuts at Whole Foods, you need to know that Kirkland just released a new version for $11.99 in a jar 3 times larger. Crunchy roasted cashews, almonds, and pecans are seasoned with minced garlic, rosemary, and a touch of mild cayenne pepper. The moment you open the lid, you can smell the roasted garlic right away. The biggest difference compared to those trail mixes sold all over the place out there is the extremely clean ingredient list. No grease and not too salty. It is rich in high-quality protein so you can snack on it at night with peace of mind. The huge jar can be shared by the whole family for a week. Not everything new on the Costco shelves is worth the money. The next product I need to warn you about before you waste an innocent $30. 13. Cascade Mountain Tech Self-Inflating Sleeping Pad. Cascade Mountain Tech is a well-known outdoor gear brand at Costco, and many of their past products have been very much worth the money. However, this new self-inflating pad at the $29.99 price point is a disappointing exception, and I need to make this clear before you spend your money just because you trust the brand name. The first problem lies in the one-way valve system. The advertisement says self-inflating, but in reality, you have to wait nearly 20 minutes for the pad to inflate itself, and after all that waiting time, the final thickness is less than 1 inch. Lying on it, you can still clearly feel every pebble and every bump of the grass underneath. But the worst part comes when it's time to pack up. The waterproof PVC layer is too thick and stiff, making rolling it up to squeeze all the air out a real wrestling match. And when you finally finish rolling it, the included carrying bag is sewn too tight. Shoving the pad inside is like trying to stuff a bed pillow into a mailing envelope. An outdoor product that makes you more tired than the camping trip itself is not worth $29.99. Walk straight past it. 14. Green Pan Non-Stick Baking Sheet Set. If you are worried about PFAS in your cookware, now is the time to replace your old baking sheets. Green Pan uses a Thermolon ceramic coating that is completely free of PFAS, PFOA, lead, or cadmium. The set includes 3 baking sheets of different sizes, heat-resistant up to 600 degrees Fahrenheit, featuring a luxurious cream color, and they are easy to wash. The price point is $24.99 for the entire 3-piece set, whereas a single equivalent Green Pan sheet at Target costs nearly that much already. The safe cooking trend is rising very strongly, and Green Pan is one of the leading brands, so if you see it on Costco shelves at this price, you don't need to think twice. And the trash can I am about to talk about is receiving straight 5-star reviews, and the reason is not what you think. 15. iTouchless 13-gallon odor absorbing sensor trash can. In the middle of summer, food scraps in the trash can start to smell after just a few hours. This new trash can from iTouchless solves exactly that pain point with an Absorb X odor filter integrated right under the lid, neutralizing odors at the source so you no longer have to rush to take the trash out every night. The new generation infrared sensor opens the lid when you bring your hand close and closes gently and quietly after 5 seconds, which is very convenient when you are in the middle of cooking and your hands are covered in grease but you don't want to touch the trash can. The stainless steel exterior is fingerprint resistant, so the surface of the can is always clean and shiny without needing to be wiped down. It's $39.99 for a trash can that, once you use it, you will never go back to the step pedal type again. 16. Amalu Paleo Grilled Chicken Strips with Herbs. For anyone who needs clean protein but doesn't want to stand in the kitchen, this is something you should keep stocked in your refrigerator. The chicken breasts are marinated in Mediterranean herbs, including rosemary, thyme, and garlic, and are grilled using a moisture-locking technique. Therefore, when you reheat them in the microwave or air fryer, the meat remains tender and juicy, rather than dry and stringy like those industrial packaged chicken breasts. Antibiotic-free and paleo-certified, you can use it right after opening the package. Quickly shred it into a Caesar salad for lunch, sandwich it in bread for breakfast, or warm it up to serve with dinner rice. When the summer is hot and you are too lazy to cook, this pack of chicken breasts can replace an entire cooking session. 17. Nordic Ware Pizza Pan Set. The price is $19.99 for 2 16-inch pans, and the subtle point lies in the fact that Nordic Ware gives you 2 different styles in the same set. One is a traditional smooth flat pan used for thick, soft crust pizzas. The other is a perforated pan that allows hot air streams to contact the bottom of the pizza directly, creating a crispy crust that you usually only get at professional pizza restaurants. Made of natural aluminum with no harmful non-stick coatings, it is safely heat-resistant up to 500 degrees Fahrenheit in the oven or broiler. Anyone who regularly makes homemade pizza on the weekend for the family will immediately notice the difference when switching from a regular baking sheet to a perforated pan. The bottom layer of the pizza is no longer soggy in the middle. A small note is that the manufacturer recommends hand washing instead of putting them in the dishwasher to preserve the shine of the aluminum for a long time. 18. Tefal Infrared Surface XXL Air Fryer. If the air fryer at your home has been used for a few years and is starting to fry unevenly, leaving the surface crispy but the inside still cold, then this is an upgrade worth considering. Tefal completely gets rid of the convection fan technology of older models, replacing it with an 1,800-watt dual infrared heat system. The heat penetrates deeper and more evenly, so the food's surface does not dry out like traditional frying methods. The capacity is 6.3 quarts, spacious enough to fit a whole 12-inch pizza without needing to cut it into small pieces first. It features 10 preset modes for those who do not like to monitor the temperature manually. At $129.99 for a family of 4 to 6 people, this is a reasonable price if you are using an air fryer daily and want better results without spending extra time standing in the kitchen. Next will be 2 health products that anyone over the age of 40 should know about, and both are much cheaper than you think. 19. Youtheory Advanced Collagen Tablets. Once you step past the age of 40, joint cartilage begins to thin and the skin gradually loses its elasticity. That is a natural occurrence that everyone has to face, and collagen supplementation is one of the most popular ways to slow down that process. Youtheory has just upgraded their flagship collagen line by adding premium vitamin C and biotin, 2 ingredients that help the body absorb collagen types 1, 2, and 3 more maximally compared to the old version which contained only plain collagen. The large 390 tablet bottle is priced at $23.99, but here is the noteworthy part. Costco frequently offers manufacturer coupons for $5 off instantly at the register for this product, bringing the actual price down to under $19 for nearly 400 tablets. If taken consistently every day, this bottle lasts for more than 2 months, meaning it costs less than $10 per month for both your joints and skin. 20. Kirkland Signature Organic Flax and Chia Blend. The newest rookie at Kirkland's healthy dry foods aisle solves an inconvenience that many people accept living with every morning. Instead of having to buy 2 separate types of seeds, drag out a blender to grind them with all the hassle, and then clean up, Kirkland packs both flaxseed and chia seed into a single jar, pre-ground to a perfect fineness and ready to use immediately. Just drop 1 spoonful into your morning smoothie glass, mix it with oatmeal, or sprinkle it over a salad without changing the texture or flavor of the dish. Omega-3, fiber, and plant-based protein are abundant in every spoonful, supporting both your digestive and cardiovascular systems while you barely notice any change in your familiar meals. Under $9 for a large jar that can be used for a whole month, this is the simplest way to supplement nutrition that I've seen on Costco shelves this round. The next 3 products are all under $25, compact yet surprisingly useful, starting with a bath towel that knows how to transform. 21. 2-in-1 beach towel and tote bag. It's $10.99 for a large 40 by 72-inch beach towel that also folds and rolls up into a compact tote bag. It sounds simple, but anyone who frequently goes to the beach or pool in the summer will immediately understand its value. Instead of bringing a separate towel and a separate bag, which takes up all the space in your car trunk, this towel combines both functions into a single item. When spread out for lying down, it is spacious enough for an adult. When the session is over, just roll it up, and it transforms into a shoulder tote bag to carry home. The material absorbs water well and dries quickly, so it won't get a musty odor if you forget to hang it up right away. The price is just over $10, so buying 3 or 4 of them for the whole family to bring along on every trip still costs less than $50. Cheaper than a regular beach towel set, yet multiple times more convenient. 22. Clever Made Aloha Collapsible Totes. This bag solves a very practical problem that many people encounter. You need a large, sturdy bag for grocery shopping, going to the beach, or tossing random items in for every road trip, but when not in use, it takes up space in the house or the car. Clever Made designed the Aloha totes to fold completely flat when not in use, making them paper thin so you can tuck them into a car glove box or the gap behind the back seat and completely forget about them until needed. The size is larger than typical tote bags, the fabric is thick enough to handle heavy items, and the carrying straps are wide set so they don't dig into your shoulder when carried. It is not completely waterproof like those dry bags, but in terms of shape and durability at the $19.99 price point, it is very hard to find any better. The tropical Aloha patterns look vibrant, making them perfect whether you take them to the beach or into Costco for grocery shopping. 23. Melamine Lazy Susan with Lid. For families who often host backyard parties, welcome guests on weekends, or celebrate summer holidays, this is a small item that upgrades the entire party table. The turning tray is made of high-quality melamine plastic, which is durable, highly shatter-resistant, and dishwasher-safe, making post-party cleanup very easy. The feature that many buyers rate the highest is actually not the rotating tray itself, but the included lid. When hosting outdoor parties, insects are a nightmare, especially when you display finger foods or fruits on the table. This lid keeps the food clean while guests can still see inside to choose their dishes. The warehouse price is $23.99, and it is currently available in two colors, black and blue. If you are undecided, the blue color looks significantly more elegant and eye-catching when placed in the middle of the party table. The majority of products are worth the money, but not every item is suitable for every family. My tip is to choose 2 or 3 items that solve the exact problem you are facing instead of grabbing the whole list. Buying exactly what you need, that is true smart shopping at Costco. Costco is having a series of markdowns and discontinued items, but most of them are not advertised anywhere. Some are on final clearance, some have strict expiration dates, and the shelves wait for no one. Let's go through the entire list before the best deals disappear. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. One, Luis Gurpegui Crianza Spanish red wine. The wine aisle this week has a bottle that is more worth stopping for than most of what you see at that price point. Luis Gurpegui Crianza is a Spanish Rioja wine made from 100% Tempranillo grapes, which has been highly rated by wine enthusiasts and is currently being cleared out at Costco from $18.69 down to $10.69, an instant savings of $8, equivalent to a 42% discount. Notes of blackberry, ripe cherry, and chocolate in the initial layer, a light oak and licorice finish, smooth tannins with no harsh bitterness. This is an easy drinking red wine even for those unaccustomed to bold wines. Pairs well with steak, charcoal grilled burgers, or beef tacos. At $10.69 for a Rioja, highly rated by a specialty magazine, I don't think you will find a comparable price anywhere else this week. 2. Henkel's Grilling Topper and Skewer BBQ Set. Henkel's doesn't make cheap stuff, and this 8-piece BBQ tool set is the clearest proof. On their official website, buying the skewers and grilling basket individually already costs $65 to over $80. Costco is clearing out the entire set for just $38.99. 6 flat stainless steel skewers feature built-in sliders to push meat onto plates without having to touch hot metal. The perforated grilling basket keeps vegetables and seafood from falling through into the charcoal. A crumb liner tray completes the set for a tidy BBQ session from start to finish. A .97 price tag and an asterisk on the sign. This set is going away and not coming back. 3. Prepworks Tongs Set. 5 tongs in all sizes from 7 to 13 inches, but the point that sets this set apart is the heads-up design. Built-in silicone rests on the body of the tongs, keeping the tips raised off the counter when placed down, keeping the stovetop clean. 3 heat-resistant silicone heads are meant for non-stick pans, and 2 original steel heads are for grilling. The in-warehouse price is $12.97, about $10 cheaper than on the website. If you are upgrading your kitchen tools ahead of the BBQ season, this is the most sensible time to buy them. 4. Melamine Lazy Susan Turntable. This 7-piece turntable set includes 1 large platter and 6 wedge-shaped compartments made from thick, scratch-resistant, and shatterproof melamine. The feature most worth the money is the included transparent lid for each individual compartment. Hosting a party in the yard or going on a picnic without worrying about insects or dust. The original price was $23.99, marked down to $14.97. Saving $9 on a melamine tray set with lids for each compartment is a price point that regular houseware stores rarely touch, even during major sales. The next products are being cleared out with this week's deepest discounts, and the inventory for one of them can only be counted on one hand on the shelves. 5. Stoneware Dinnerware Set. This 12-piece set includes 4 dinner plates, 4 salad plates, and 4 soup bowls made from solid, thick, and durable fired stoneware. The matte glazed finish, coming in smoky gray and moss green versions, looks much more expensive than the $29.97 price tag. Microwave and dishwasher